camera. It's working.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys have an amazing morning so far. Hopefully, you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter, my friend, and welcome back.
Thank you, Carlos. Hey, welcome. Hello. Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be back, I think. I'm sad to not be on the beach, but I'm happy to be back trading. I just got to combine the two, maybe. I was trying to convince my wife to stay. She actually has to get back for work.
Yeah.
So
combining the two would be very nice, Peter. And you could do it.
Yeah.
You could do it. So
I managed to call you from the beach, so the internet connection was good enough.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
There's no reason why I couldn't have done that. That would have been super cool, actually, to set up the whole trading platform right there under a palapa on the beach. Just live trade right there. That would have been perfect.
You should do is just go away for like a month. Just go away for a month. Just see if you like it. You don't got to commit to it, right? Go for a month, see if you do like it, and then if you do, stay. Why not?
Thomas is like, where's the tan? I'm tanned. I just I don't go trying to get a tan. That seems. I watch these people sit in the sun and like turn themselves into brown
oiled
people.
up with the like the cooking oil.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's I'm not trying to shorten my life.
It's supposed to be really bad for you. And there's some people that actually it does affect them a certain way. But yeah, be careful out there. But then I look at people that are like in my country, man. They're out in the sun all day. They're usually doing some, at the airport, and they're just dark, man. They're like burnt dark, and it's not, not their skin color. You could tell like that's just sunburn. Like you're on the sun a lot, and they protect themselves and everything. But you could tell you work outside when you work in either in Florida or in the Caribbean. It's I don't know how they don't get sick.
Looks like a Thanksgiving turkey. You've gone too far. Like,
you roast yourself. Yeah. So
anyways,
be careful. Be safe.
Yeah.
All right, friends.
All right.
Quick look at her.
Let's talk.
Glad
trading.
to have you back, my friend. Yes, I'm sure we'll fill us in. Before we get to all this other fun stuff too and important stuff, we missed the rants, right? So we missed the rants. So we were looking forward to later on and throughout next week a couple of good rants from you, but we definitely missed those. But welcome back, my friend. All right, quick look at our gappers list this morning, friends. Leading the way, Melec. Well, I'm not sure if it's Melec, but MELC, 111% up this morning, and you got some other ones on here into the double digits. A lot in the green today, and not so much in the red. So we'll dive into all of this and see what's moving some of these tickers this morning. But before we do so, Peter, U.S. economic calendar, what we got going on for today?
Yeah, today, really, there's only one set of data, one number that we're looking at, and this is a CPI, the Consumer Price Index. Came out this morning, and this is, well, I don't know. Is anybody superstitious out there? This is like a superstitious type of day. So anyways, here on this Friday, the 13th. Yeah. Anyways. It's don't worry, it's all fine. It's only bad if you believe it. Yeah, but I guess if you believe it, then it is bad. But anyways, from an economic data today, the CPI. So as you can see, I populated the numbers there that just came out, pretty much on target. A little bit under the forecast, but not significantly. Nothing to worry about here. I think the market's going to happily move along its way. Which has been interesting, actually. I was catching up yesterday, trying to see what the market was doing, and in some respects, it's done a lot. In other respects, nothing's changed since I left. So, what was interesting is we were talking about, if you look at the SPY, yesterday was the first day so far this year where we actually closed below the open of the year, so the very first trading day of January here. While we've been below, usually it's an overnight gap, and then the market has popped up. You can see on the 2 times where we've been below that. This is the first time we actually pushed through that in intraday trading. So it'll be interesting to see what happens today, as this morning we're gapping down barely. Like we were down for most of the morning. We just popped up above green. Maybe that with that economic data being okay, because again, there's a lot of fear out there about, it feels like, I came back from vacation after my 11 days, and I started looking around, and it felt like there's a lot more talk about a 2026 recession. So the talk doesn't make it real, but the fear makes it real. So we'll have to see what happens, whether that really occurs or not. It seems that the faith that the U.S. economy will push through its current challenges and policies are actually, going to help sustain it. So I mean, I like trading short, so it could be some opportunities here. We'll have to just wait and see what happens. In the meantime, we got a ton of earnings, Carlos. Last night was just a bumper crop of stocks that had earnings. Today we only have one or two this morning, but a lot of stuff to talk about if we want.
Yep, absolutely, friends. We'll dive into all that good stuff today. Let's start with our gappers list on the gap up side of things. Let's look at MLEC. So MLEC up huge this morning. We are looking at a gap up of 114%. Low flow ticker, as you would suspect, sitting at almost half a million shares flow is what I'm showing here. So in play today, risky stock. Be very, very careful. Peter, is there any news behind this move today?
This is a company called Moolec Science, a biotech company out of the Cayman Islands. It makes me laugh every time we get one of these biotechs out of the Cayman Islands, because I don't know, that's where bad things always happen. Or maybe I've played too many video games where it always seems like bad science happens in the Caribbean, and then you got to fight zombies. Uh, but they apparently report commercial scale success for its safflower platform. Anyways, so this is something they've been working on, and apparently they're ready to go commercial grade, commercial scale on it. So good luck to them. I'm not gonna trade this. I mean, yeah, it's moving here this morning. Like you point out, Carlos, it's our biggest gainer for the day. That's good, but this is a stock that gets on average less than a million shares traded. I mean, so we're 10 times that volume already this morning. If you're a low float trader, this could be your target for today, because this thing is up and running. At best, it's a popcorn stock. Even that feels a little bit like a stretch. We'll see. My gut is telling me this is one of those ones that at the opening bell, it's going to go flat, right, and be totally boring. So if you want to trade it, now might be your moment.
Yeah, that does tend to happen with these lower flow stocks. Pre-markets, they're probably their best trading is done there. After the market rings, the bell rings, you start getting halts. It might drop down. We saw that this week with a couple of tickers. I did put it on my popcorn list just because I want to see what happens. I just want to go back and see at the market open how many times it halted or something funky goes on here. But again, please be careful on that one. Not really something I'm going to be focusing at the bell here. TPH is the next one on deck, friends, and this is up 26%. But there's really not much going on. Trying Pointy Home almost looks like a buyout. I mean, 1.1 million shares traded, pretty flat. This is not going to be tradable. It's not going to be on my list today. Peter, not sure if any news worth talking about, but it doesn't look good at all.
Sorry, people are asking about what I'm talking about with the zombie thing on an island. Have you not played any of those video games? It's not movies. Have you not played like Karma Resort or Dead Island or Last Resort? Or
what's the big one with the zombies? Resident Evil. That was a big one when I was growing up.
Yeah, but there was a bunch of them that took place on resorts. Dead Island is, I think, the one that I used to play most way back in the day. But
yeah, because they want to make you feel stuck.
Yeah,
right, that's part of the thing. Yeah,
exactly. And then they can create whatever craziness they want. So in any event, all right. We digress. Yeah, TPH. So this is a company called TriPoint Homes, which is a little unusual one. We don't often see home builders. This is a residential construction company, and it's a buyout. You could probably guess that by the chart. Look at where the price is. It's pretty easy to guess the buyout price. $47, right? You just have to look to the next whole dollar, usually above wherever the price settles. That's exactly what's happening. So this is going to be a $4.5 billion all cash transaction. So Sumitomo Forestry, which is sort of an interesting acquirer here. But they're being bought out by by Sumitomo, and they're going to be taken private. So I don't we'll have to see if there's any concern over this, but Sumitomo Forestry, which, as you might guess by the name, is not a U.S. company, is buying out one of the U.S.'s largest home builders and taking it private. So there you go.
All right, so there it is again. Not really tradable. We'll leave it alone. Here's Rivian, which we have not seen in quite some time on our gappers list. They're up today 26%, 5.3 million shares trade, so looking pretty good this morning. They can trade well when they get the volume. Today might be one of those days. I like what I'm seeing here pre-market. So Peter, very quiet in the last couple of months, I want to say, right? Very quiet. We haven't seen much from it as far as making our list and being so active. Today it's a different case. What's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, so they're one of the slate of earnings that we had overnight. They had a great quarter, beat their numbers in quarter. They moderately raised their guidance for 2026, expecting to deliver about 62 to 67,000 vehicles. They're made sure to point out the fact that they're still in this joint venture with Volkswagen and are expecting to see about $2 billion of revenue from it. I think most significantly, this is the first quarter ever where they actually made money. So that's important. So this is their first ever profitable quarter, and they're not predicting, by the way, profit for 2026 net, but they made money in this quarter, so that's good. And the stock is moving higher. Look, you just have to look at the daily on Rivian to know this has been beaten over the last little while. So yeah, this could easily move higher. I mean, it's already up 26% on the day with 5 million shares traded. So I sort of like Rivian today. I don't know whether it's actually going to deliver some good trading opportunity, but the quarter was better than people were expecting, and that could bring some interest.
Yeah, I do like it, and we have had success with this one in the past, so I am going to add it here to our primary list. I'm not sure if it's going to stay on the primary. Let's see what else we can find off this Trading Terminals Gappers list. And if there's something better, we can always push Rivian to the secondary list. Here's Roku. We haven't seen Roku in a while. These guys are up 16.4, 361,000 shares traded. Nice gap up this morning. Not so great as far as volume. And you can see for the most part on the daily, they do not trade that much volume to begin with. Very light here. Yesterday had a big day, 11.3 compared to everything else. And today, moving up higher. So again, don't really love the volume here, Peter, but today they're trying to make some noise.
Another one of our overnight earnings. They also showed a beat in the quarter. Their guidance was a little mediocre. However, I mean, it was higher on all measures from earnings to revenue to free cash flow to, so I guess it's all good. I don't know. Roku, Carlos, used to be one like years ago that was actually a great trader. We used to pay a lot of attention to Roku, used to trade it a lot, but that's many years behind us here now. I think was it pre-pandemic? It was somewhere around there. Yeah, here. Yeah, I'm going back on the daily chart just to take a look. It was probably after, it got to be 2020 through 2022. You can see the big volcanic highs that it had hit back in the day. But we haven't looked at it in a while. I don't know what to expect out of it today. The volume is lower than I would hope on earnings. I'm lukewarm about Roku.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I see that. Hold on a second, guys. I made a mistake here. I put the I made a huge mistake. Okay, so let's see. Let's fix this. Yeah, I put when I was setting up the X chat, I put it for verified accounts only, which is not correct. And I don't think I can change it unless I end the fee, and I will end the fee because we got a couple of friends that are not verified. So yeah, over on YouTube X, it's gonna be a slight tinkle here as I disconnect you and redo it again correctly, right? So I'm gonna one more time, try to change it. but looks like I'm not able to do so on the fly. All right, Peter, let me get to the next one, and then
Yeah.
we'll do that. All right, so the next one here is going to be Bros. Really? Bros, BROS. Yeah. Oh, Dutch Bros. Okay, here we are. These guys,
Yeah.
yeah, we've seen them before. 18.5, 695,000 shares traded. So I do see a little bit of some action on here. Normally does not trade very well, but they're getting some action and volume. Just started happening here a few minutes ago. This is why we did not have it on the list prior to what's going on this morning, Peter. So something happening with them today. Not sure if they're a great trader, but what's the latest?
Yeah, despite having a dozen different companies on my earnings watch list, Bros was not one of them. Only because we've tried to watch this in the past and it's always disappointed. Now, they did have earnings overnight. They had a good Q4. They beat on revenue and bottom line. They did raise their guidance for the next year on the strength that they're going to be opening apparently 181 new locations. I've only ever seen Dutch Bros in airports, so I really just don't know much about these guys because you can't judge a chain based on what they do in an airport, really, unless you're looking at the convenience store that operates in every airport because that's their sole business. What are they called? Why can't I remember their name? I can picture their logo. Uh, they're West Coast. WH Smith. Well, WH Smith used to operate in airports. Do they still do that? I don't think they operate. No, I'm thinking of the, sort of convenience slash bookstore that operates in like every airport in the US. The Hudson News. There we go. That's them. Thank you. Anyways, but Dutch Bros, this also trades on the New York Stock Exchange, which always makes me a little cautious because you've got to wait for that volume to come in. It's going to trade a little bit differently. It's up 18%. Like it's really given a good gap and decent volume, right? 700,000 shares is pretty good, especially for an IZ stock. So I'm not quite sure what to do with this. I mean, it sort of looks better than I would expect pre-market. I just know in the past when I thought, oh, let's spend a moment and watch it, it was a waste of my time. So I am, maybe like I think there's enough. There's so many earnings. I think there's other good things to watch. But I'm tentative on this one, so I'm gonna throw it on the list for now. Getting ready to take it off when if and when I find better things, and I'm gonna tell you about some better things. So I think it's absolutely dropping off the list.
Yeah, I don't like it either, friends. We'll leave that alone. All right, friends. X chat is fixed, so you can head on over there. I changed the settings on x.com, so the live stream there is working properly. I did put the link in the YouTube chat as well, and in the O chat if you need it. All right, let's continue here, friends. So let's go back to our list again. We looked at the top few here, and not a whole lot coming off of that, except for Rivian, which again, there's mixed feelings on that with the chat if you guys like it or not. But we have it on here. They are up 24%. Let's see how they trade very well. I'm with you in those mixed feelings as far as keeping it on the main list or not. We'll see how it looks a little bit later. All right, let's look AMAT and coin, and then we'll hop around a little bit towards the bottom. There are some other ones down there that we might want to look at. Let's look at AMAT. This is Applied Materials. We know them very well. I never have them on the list. I know some of you guys do trade these guys, and you do very well on it. I never actually have them on the list. They never done anything that I love as far as my strategy, so I usually end up taking them off. But look at the gap up today, guys, 12% almost, and man, their daily has been just on fire. 351,000 shares traded today, which is a lot of volume because these guys don't get like the 100 million a day, right? Their volume is extremely light for the most part, so getting 352 is kind of a lot for them in the pre-market. I almost called you John. I was calling, saying John for the last 2 weeks. So I almost called you John. So we're going to take some adjustment here as we get into the Peter mode. Peter, give us what's going on with Amat.
I'll take that as a compliment and keep it. But anyways, I was looking. Applied Materials was absolutely one of the earnings plays that I was looking at. Look, as a semiconductor company, we've got to sort of look at them because there's been a couple of these sleeper ones, or at least that we haven't been actively paying attention to. We know about Micron. Of course, Applied Materials is up there on the list, I think, with those that I've just been doing really well over the last little while. Not great trading, but certainly their directional movement. If you're sort of a swing trader, you've been loving Applied Materials or Micron if you've been in them. But AMAT had earnings after the close yesterday. Looks like they beat their numbers, increased their guidance for the next quarter. All, of course, led by AI. So they're saying there's more AI demand, and they're expecting to see about a greater than 20% growth with better margins on AI. So. There you go. Look, people keep buying. I'm not even sure if they know what they're going to do with them, but every company out there needs AI. Right before I left on vacation, there was these great memes going around about corporate CEOs. Hey, we need to get into AI. We need lots of it. Yes, sir. What are we going to do with it? I don't know, but let's get lots. I feel that's what's going on. Everybody's accumulating it. Not quite sure how they're going to apply it to their business, but convinced that they need it or they're going to fall behind. So.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyways, AMAT Applied Materials is one of the beneficiaries because, of course, they actually get to sell their product. They don't care how people use it. They could care less if they even get used. Buy it, put it on a shelf, grind it into dust. As long as as long as you pay your bills. So
That's it. That's it. Good for them. Obviously, the market reacting very positive on that. How well they're going to trade as far as my strategies, I don't have. I don't have a clue, but I'm gonna go with it's not gonna be that exciting. So I'm gonna keep it off the list. One more, then we'll head over to whatever's on this list that Peter might like here, friends. Coin. So Coin's been a lot more active lately, alongside Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies type tickers. And you can see towards the bottom of this list, there are a few on here. I see Hood. I see Clean Sparks. There's a couple on there that are on the list today, but Coin's been one, and Hood too, that have been very active. We actually traded Hood a few days ago, and that turned out pretty good. You see a nice, beautiful drop there on Hood, and today Coin seems to be the one getting some volume. So pretty nice pre-market activity, guys. 1.1 million shares traded. Peter, what you got going on over there? And tell us a little bit about what's going on with Coin.
Whoa, I just checked Bitcoin prices for the first time since last month.
You're getting the shock. Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. 67,000 for a Bitcoin, and it was low as like 61.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Bitcoin. Oh, the meltdown continues. Okay, well, look. I was looking that up, of course, because Coin has expanded into, lots of different markets, and they're trying to be the marketplace for everything. The problem is most of their everything has not been doing well, and Bitcoin is one of the leaders there, and wow, that is really quite depressing, actually. I remember all of those. Ethereum is down. Tether, Solana. What's Solana? Solana is down as well. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. So remember all of those companies that were, getting these treasury strategies. Where are they now? Are you listening to them? You want a Peter rant? I told you so, suckers. I was like. Anyways, all these companies that had nothing to do with crypto that were getting investment dollars and they were becoming these treasuries, which basically is just a buy and hold strategy of whatever crypto. There's a lot of Solana, Tether, Ethereum, of course, Bitcoin, and you've heard nothing from them. Why? Because, of course, the prices are dropping, which essentially means the value of those investments have gone down, and it's not helping their core business at all, nor their new investors. So everybody's just dropping, and it's proving a drag, especially for the companies who have made their business off of supporting the other companies that are going to be, supposedly actively trading. And there's not a lot of that active trading going on when the market's in the tank. And Coin has been one of those that we've just seen month after day, month after month, quarter after quarter downturns. Now, all that being said, they were able to reset their numbers. They actually missed their numbers in this quarter. However, it wasn't as much of a miss as was expected. So they are, sitting okay as a stock. They forecasted this. It could be active today. It might not. We've got over 1 million shares. I like that. I like the fact that it's moving up after a big downturn. That's decent. It's going to depend largely on what the overall market does today, because remember, with the big down day yesterday, we could get a rebound. If so, that could continue coin's momentum here this morning, or if the market turns, coin's going to go with it for sure. So I think this is in play. It's a little bit of a risk as to whether this is actually going to give good trading opportunity or not. But Carl, I'm actually going to put coin on my list just because I think there's a possibility here, not a probability, but a possibility. So we'll watch coin. But I am feeling a little bit of indication about all those treasury companies. So I told you, man, you should have given me the money. At least
Yeah.
I could give it back to you at the same rate as opposed to being down 30% on your investments. So
Yeah, it's one of those examples, man. The first to the door win. But man, if you're behind here, like
well,
silver. I don't know if you've seen silver. Well, I think it was around. You
oh,
might
I
have been
did.
around.
I looked up yesterday. Good Lord.
Yeah. So it's yeah, it's I always think of Brian here because Brian called this. Brian, like around here, said, you know
Yeah.
what, this is too much. The barista is asking me, telling me, hey, this is a good deal. You should jump in. And I think he sold some. So
It,
he actually, yeah, I think he got rid of some right up here in this area. And man,
I'm
was he right?
I'm telling you,
Wow.
the barista measure or whatever you want to call it. We joke about it when the taxi
The shoe,
drivers,
the
the
shoe
baristas
cleaner.
start saying they're moving their money. Yeah, like it's not pinpoint precision, but it's reliable over the long term. That when that starts to happen, things are nearing or at a top. So yeah, that big drop, like you know, you would have had some risk. You would have been very nervous if, let's say, you bought into this or went short silver at 100, and then you saw it move up to 110. But within a couple of days, you would have been very very happy. So yeah, I
Yeah.
said I knew about the big drop because I think I asked you about that when I jumped on in the morning there after the day after or something, or maybe it was when I jumped in the afternoon. I asked them about silver prices. I know at one point I was on the beach and I said, "What's silver doing?" And they're like, "Oh, good Lord, it's down." And I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, this is not fun, not fun. So there
yeah."
you have it,
So,
friends.
anyways, so silver's down, Bitcoin's down, coin is down overall, but yeah, gapping up today. So I think it's worth keeping an eye on.
I do like coin, and it can actually trade very nice. So I will put that on my primary list, man. It is looking good today. I like this volume, 1.2 million shares traded. The daily looks awesome too, guys. This daily looks just incredible. So having it on the list for sure. Peter, let's head over to our gap up list. Anything else you like gapping up off this list, or maybe on your end that might not have made the list here?
Yeah, some other earnings that I was keeping an eye on that are gapping up because we got some that are gapping up and some that are gapping down. Airbnb, ABNB, had earnings. They beat their numbers in the quarter and announced a $1.1 billion share buyback, which is a good way to support your stock in the short term, anyways. So they're gapping up about 6% now with low vol 238,000 shares traded here this morning. Another one that's gapping higher is Vertex, VRTX. Um, they no volume here this morning, but they had a mixed picture, beat revenue but missed on earnings, but are gapping higher. Let's see, what else did we talk about? Did we talk about Roku? I can't remember if we covered that one or not, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think we.
I don't think we did.
Yes,
Anyways, Roku,
we
we
did, yeah.
did? We did. Okay, they say we did. All right. So Roku, anyways, gapping higher on earnings. And then this one of this morning's earnings was mRNA. We of course remember mRNA. They were a big pandemic trade. Anyways, they beat their numbers. Had earnings here this morning. Very low volume though, 148,000 shares. That one is their volume is really sort of tapered off over the last year and a half or so, and hasn't been that interesting. But I noticed that they had earnings this morning, so keep an eye on them. Yeah, I got a few more on the gap down list, but that's it for the gap up, Carlos.
All right, thank you, sir. Friends, on the Gap Down list brought to you by TradingTerminal.com. You can always head there for this list and many other trading tools like our most favorite tool, man, Market Atlas. That thing, it's just awesome. And I'm getting emails from you guys how much you love it. I'm loving it myself. It is just an amazing, incredible tool, so check it out. But on the Gap Down list here this morning, PINS, I'm loving it. That's McDonald's. So funny how this stuff gets stuck in your head, man. Let me see if you know one.
I know.
Let's see if you know this one.
Good,
Zoom,
good
zoom,
ads.
zoom. Do you know that one? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't tell them in chat. No, someone in chat knows that one.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
You so don't know it. Let's see. All right, chat. You can tell them. See it. Yeah, there it is. You guys got it. Mazda. Yeah.
Mazda?
Mazda, the
Okay.
car. Yeah. So
Okay,
it gets stuck in your head, man. These things. All right. Let's see here. Pins. Maybe you don't get a lot of Mazda commercial up there. I'm not sure that's a big seller for you
Maybe
guys. Do
not.
they even sell Mazda anymore? Man, I'm giving away my age. Do they even sell those cars? Like the Mazda Miatas that people used to. They do, right?
Yeah, I assume that they've got a new version of the Miata. It was
Oh yeah, they
super
do. They
big
do.
back in the 90s.
They're still alive. All right, they're still alive. I don't see them as much anymore.
I'm not a big Mazda fan.
Me
I think when I
neither.
was a kid, the problem Mazdas were always like the cool cars that only stayed cool for a year because they rusted out. They were terrible for rusting out
Yeah.
here in Canada with the salt and everything. They were horrible. Like they were
Mm.
again great cars for a year. After that, they looked like crap. They drove like crap, and then they all fell apart. So I don't know. I don't know if they've gotten better or not, but I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah. All right, friends. Here it is. Pins. Pins is down 20%. Oh man. This stock is not doing well. Look at it go here in the last couple of months. I mean, as high as 38. Another gap down. What's that? The last earning back in November. Another big gap down. And today, I'm gonna assume this has to be earnings. There's no way you move like this unless you got major stuff happening. But getting crushed today, down 20%, 2.6 million shares traded. Will be on my list. Peter, what is going on here, and who's getting fired?
Yeah, they actually had a good quarter. They beat their numbers in quarter. But the problem is that their forward-looking guidance came in below what analysts expected. And they stated the reasons for that was they're seeing a lot fewer retail ads as people were pulling some of their ad volume. And they claim tariffs are weighing on the outlook. I suppose they make some money off the flow through delivery of goods. I'm not sure why they'd be affected by tariffs. Maybe it's the tariffs that are affecting the ads. It's got to be an indirect, I would think, because I mean, they deliver digital content. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure all the tariffs that are out there. But in any event, they claim that's the reason for their lowered guidance, and that's got the market nervous. So they are gapping down yet again here today. Like you pointed out, Carlos, this thing has just been down, and more down here. So here we are gapping down another 20%. I'd love if this traded well. My experience has been that it doesn't. So
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I think we need to have at least on a secondary. This is a big gap down with some good volume, but it all depends. Is it going to trade well at the market open? And again, it's one of those stocks, Peter. I'm with you that it doesn't trade very well. But let's see. Let's give it a shot and see if all the numbers are going to add up to some kind of good trading after the bell rings today. All right, let's take a look here. Going back to our list, we do have DKNG this morning. DKNG, yes, I know. Brian got stuck with that Donkey Kong thing.
It'll be Donkey Kong forever.
Forever, it would never change. All right, so here it is. We're up 11.4, 2.1 million shares traded. Also getting some nice volumes, down quite a bit. This does trade better than pins. But Peter, clearly last night taking a big drop here into this morning session.
Yeah, they missed their top line revenue, but delivered good profitability in the quarter. Their guidance was a little disappointing, which is also why they're gapping down. That being said, they're actually been moving up here this morning, at least over the last half hour or so. So I don't. 2 million shares is good volume. DKNG has provided trading opportunities in the past. We haven't watched it recently to know. It doesn't look great pre-market. It looks okay, but not great. I am thinking that it is another one that I might put on my list. I've got sort of a relatively long list of things that might be good this morning. DraftKings is one of them. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, mixed picture on the earnings. Generally negative. So we'll see which way it goes.
All right, gonna put on the primary list again. Not sure about Rivian and Coin and Rivian and Donkey Kong. It depends, but we'll see how this list continues. Both of them could be good, but then they could also be just pretty. I won't say pretty bad, but just not give you that good continuation. That's probably the best way to put it. Right, it's not gonna give you the great setup opportunity. So we'll see. And
Yeah. And
here on
as
the
Will
gap
is
down,
pointing
yeah.
out in the chat room here, so the poly market is killing them. Like DraftKings was sort of first to the table with a lot of the sort of the online betting and providing a platform, but they failed to keep up. Right? I mean, it's a good industry to good growth industry to be in, and it's very profitable because if you're going to do all this betting, you're almost guaranteed of losing money. And the companies know that. But it's a very crowded market because the barrier to entry is pretty low. Anybody can set up a gaming site, and almost everybody has. So there are just
I
so
know.
many of them. Just watch. I mean, just look at the Super Bowl, which I did watch from the beach, by the way. So that was interesting. All the
How did you watch it? Or did you log into like you went to a bar, or you had a stream on your phone? Like
I
what? How did you?
I didn't even have to. Like at the resort across the street from where I was staying, where my friends were staying, they literally had set up like a big screen TV at the pool. So everybody was in the pool or around the pool watching it on like
Hmm,
this big screen they set up. So we,
nice.
we we purposely went to a restaurant that didn't have it. I'll have to admit, we were trying to avoid the Americans, so we were just
You're
we
trying
went
for the rowdy crowd. You wanted to have a
we
peaceful evening.
yeah. So, anyways, we went to a restaurant on the beach where we thought it wouldn't be, but they did have a TV over the bar with it playing, and so I was able to sort of follow it while we were eating dinner, and then then we retired to our usual bar to Tony's. Which is where we would always gather in the evening and sort of watch the end of the game. So, and sort of, it was on. We just it was there. So,
Yeah,
in any
yeah.
event.
Very, very uneventful games. Probably one of the worst Super Bowl
We
games we've seen. It was so. The defense was great. Like if the defense was awesome, defense were on it, but the offense on both
I
sides were so bad, so bad.
it's in, see, it's interesting how everybody's like commenting there. See, I thought Canadians were nice and not nice, Peter. I didn't say why I was avoiding Americans. I just said that I was. I mean, that's why does everybody always assume it's a negative thing? Anyways,
I don't know. It can't come off of
and
there,
Matthew
but
makes a good point. Yeah, Canadians are polite, not nice. That's correct. There is a distinction in that.
there's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, friends. All right, let's see what else we have. I got DKNG. I like it. How I was going to trade, I don't know, but you're right, Peter. There's gambling stuff everywhere. And you know what? Even if you go to Florida, like I went to Florida, I wanted to bet on something. Every state has. I didn't know this. I thought DraftKings you could use like everywhere. And even though my phone is registered in New Jersey, I could use DraftKings here. Not a big bet. I just bet like when when a group is doing something, we just do it for fun. But then I tried to bet in Florida, and I don't know if it was DraftKings or what another one, and you can't. Like they knew I was in Florida, and unless I turn on my location, you can't use the app, and I'm not allowed to gamble in Florida. And it didn't make no sense. It was very, very weird. I didn't know that they limited it based on location, on mobile apps, and they do. By every state has their own restrictions on betting, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. So yeah, it's a lot of competition for DraftKings out there, and there's just a new name every time when it comes to these betting apps. It's just crazy.
There is.
So, yep, yep. All right, let's continue here, friends. What else we have? I see CENX. What is this? CENX. No, this looks garbage. This doesn't look good. Doesn't have any volume. Centrium aluminum. I don't see anything great on this one, Peter. I'm gonna skip on it. And actually, let's go to you and see what else you like on here. I do see MU on the bottom of the list. I am gonna put that on there. MU has been just awesome. We traded that yesterday. Man, it's trading so well, Peter. MU. So yeah, tell us about Centrium aluminum, and then anything else you like this morning on the gap down.
Yeah, apparently there was an announcement out of the White House that President Trump is going to be scaling back aluminum tariffs, which caused some of the aluminum companies like Century Aluminum here, CENX, their stock price to drop. I don't know exactly that would not be the direction I would expect, but I suppose where tariffs generally are protective against homegrown industries, right? They could be that, I guess, maybe Century Aluminum here would have been protected by the tariffs, meaning their product would be more affordable than foreign aluminum, and removal of those tariffs means that they would have to face more competition. I'm assuming that's how the economics work here in this case. But like you said, Carlos, not enough volume for us really to be, create a trading opportunity on Century Aluminum here. I noticed that you had Norwegian Cruise Lines. That's one that can sometimes trade well. They NCLH. Not really tradable news. They announced a new CEO. I think that just got some trading happening. Somebody comes out of their one of their directors, John W. Chidsley. Good old John Chidsley. Anyways, going to be president and CEO effective immediately. And what else was on the list? Not much. I noticed Micron and Western Digital are both on the gap down list, which is interesting to me this morning. Micron has been an interesting trader, but I think it's really just sort of I don't know why. There's no real news on Micron itself. They did get a sort of not really a downgrade, but a price revision out of Morgan Stanley on their price target. But that's not a surprise because their price has gone up so much over the last couple of months that this is what analysts do, right? They're usually late to the party and they change their number. So what did they revise their number to, by the way? $350 to $500. I mean, this is on Micron, by the way. So it's just like what a very generous range to give yourself to say we're revising our price target. Especially when the stock is trading at $400, which is sort of in the middle of that. You sort of like, okay, I could have done that. That doesn't seem very very helpful in any event. So Carlos, other than that, I had a couple of earnings that I was watching that we didn't get to. We talked about Pinterest, DKNG, Twilio, TWLO was an interesting one that beat their numbers and raised their guidance. But then they confused everybody. So they had great numbers and then confused everybody by issuing profit warnings. So they raised their guidance, but then issued a warning that they see a lot of headwinds and that there could be some some challenges achieving their numbers in the next year. So as you would expect, as soon as there's confusion, a stock is going to drop. So they're down about 7%. And the other one I was keeping an eye on was Wynn Resort and Hotels, WYNN, which I just find the hotel business fascinating. They actually beat their numbers in quarter. I noticed they're gapping down here. They beat their numbers in quarter. But there's a little concern over their ability to achieve their 2026 numbers. They also announced, by the way, a 25-cent dividend. But they're apparently going to be remodeling this year the Encore in Las Vegas, which means they're going to lose 80,000 hotel room nights of availability as they renovate. And they're still they sort of reminded everybody that they're still investing in this UAE Al Marjan Island. Marjan? I have a picture of it up on the screen there, Carlos, just because I find it fascinating. This is like they're not only building a hotel, they built an island. But I guess that's what
I don't have your
UAE.
screen, by the way. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I know why. We might need to set you up.
Probably had it on someone else's.
No, there it is. I got you now.
There, look. So they've built this island. This is, of course, just a rendering. It's not the actual photograph. Look at all their little fake boats and stuff. Anyways, but they built this island. This is going to be something like a massive hotel complex, of course, with a giant casino and 225,000 square feet of casino in it, and hotels and all the luxury stuff you'd expect. So I don't know how many billions they're pouring into this thing, but hotel construction is just stunning to me. How much you basically spend so much money to build these things up, and then you've got to run them well over time, and it's anyways. So here you go. So if you're interested, they are expecting to start taking bookings by the end of this year for 2027 visits. So if you want to plan your vacation well ahead of time, you can go to the brand new Wynn Al Marjan Island, assuming they open on schedule. But anyways. So there you
All
go.
right.
That's what I was watching. Win. I always want to trade Win. It just never trades well, unfortunately.
Yeah, they
Just
don't get good volume, so
no.
we'll leave. I mean, just look at their daily here. They're getting 2.7. It's the highest in the last couple of months, maybe 3.6. Yeah, no, don't like it. All right, friends, let's get to you guys. On my list so far, we have Rivian Coin, DKNG, and MU. And someone's asking what we think about MU. MU's been awesome. It's actually been really, really nice. I traded it yesterday. And again, they've been trading so clean. Their daily overall has been incredible. You do have to take less shares, and you have to give it like a $2.50 stop, right? Because you can't get a $4 move very easily on this thing. So your stop has to be appropriate for the type of way this stock moves. All right, let's take a look here. Roku, we did talk about it. I personally don't like the way it trades, so I'm going to keep it off my list. It is in play today. We're up 16% on it, so if you do like that one, put it on your list. But I'd rather watch something else. Let's see. Hood's being mentioned. Hood's another one. I have Coin today. I like Coin this morning, but Hood could be a good secondary, right? We had it one time this week. We did trade it this week, but I think Coin looks nice today. So I have that one on deck. I love the daily on Coin as well. So pick your favorite out of the two. I think both of them can trade very well today, especially given the way things are with the overall Bitcoin and everything happening there. AMD, not doing a whole lot right now. We're up slightly for the most part. I don't see anything great on it. We'll have to wait for the market open to see how it trades. If it's going to trade with the overall market, then MU and NVDA are other options as well. But right now, they're NVIDIA and MU and even AMD are not doing a whole lot at the moment. I'm picking MU because we had such a great day on it yesterday. I want to see if that's going to continue into today. So AMD you could put on your list as well. I think it could be a good favorite one for many people. I'm sure Peter will be watching that as well today. Oh, look at Intel. Intel's dropping here. Intel's actually going red, down 2.2, 1.8 million shares traded. Any news, guys? Seems like they're doing their own thing over here as they're dropping, and probably going to make our list in a second. I see the other semis are just, or tech related, are okay. They're not moving, but Intel seems to be sliding on its own right here, at the moment at least. Peter, so I don't know if we have anything on this one out.
Sorry, I was dealing with some chat room issues. What's happening on Intel? I don't see any news on it, so I'm not sure why they're suddenly moving.
Yeah, I
Don't
don't.
know. Don't know.
Okay. So again, they're interesting. Yeah, I'll add them to the list. Add them as a secondary. Why not? Let's put them here.
No,
They're
I'm not a fan of
tough.
Intel.
Nah, I'm not either,
They're
man.
tough.
I love the daily. I love the drop here. They set up well. They get volume. Like if you look at their daily volume, they're 100 million every day. But man, that 100 million is an ugly 100 million, right? Like it just doesn't trade very well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought I found some news, but I just realized I was like a week behind. That's old news.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're moving today.
Yeah. We'll put them as secondary. Actually, you know what? No, I'm taking them off and I'm replacing them with PLTR. PLTR is so much better. Yeah. You know what? Let's just. Or actually, I could put PLTR on my main list, to be honest. So we'll put it here. I do like the way this is setting up here. PLTR has a nice pre-mark at the moment, 1.8 flat, but it was down into the green and back into the previous day close. So I do like that setup there. The daily's been so nice, to the downside at least, right? Look at the sell-off, sell-off, sell-off. We got like 2 red candles in the last 3 weeks. Right? I mean, 2 green candles, excuse me, 2 green candles in the last 3 weeks. Every time it gaps up, even the gaps ups are selling down. So it's been rather weak. Retesting this level here around 128. So yeah, I'll put it on the list and see where it goes. All right, friends, let's head over to bearwithtrades.com so we can show you what's happening for this beautiful Friday as we get ready for our market open here. And, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. It is Friday. Here we go.
It's Friday the 13th, guys. And We don't have a lot going on in the chat room, as we don't usually on Friday. It's just stay safe. Don't let it freak you out. It's just another day. We do have the for our friends at Peak Capital Trading. You should know where to go. You go to the Peak Capital website. This is our boot camp that allows you to sort of focus on your trading for 3 months. It's a pretty intensive course and program, but at noon today, sort of give you the prep meeting, the pre-initiation, get ready for boot camp type session. You can never do that too early. So if you're interested in that, you should have the information. It's only available to those that have already signed up for boot camp. So go check it out if you've already signed up. And Mike is leading that at noon. Again, it's in the meeting room at P Capital. The other thing that we have happening in the community that I just learned about yesterday is apparently we're putting on a trip to Egypt. Carlos, how exciting is that? You're on mute. If I could see.
Yes, it's very exciting. No, I'm very exciting. Let me
So
go here, bearwoodtraders.com.
I had no idea about that till yesterday, and it looks pretty cool. I am actually quite interested in going to that. I was back like from the beach like for 30 seconds, and then Andrew's like, "Peter, are you going to Egypt?" And I'm like, "Dude, like, let me catch my breath here. I don't know, but it looks like an awesome trip. So yeah, I'm thinking that I'm gonna see if I can get to that one. So he's already got a whole agenda. It's all set up. I mean,
Yeah.
look, he's got stuff going on. It looks pretty awesome. So
yeah, it looks really, really nice, friends. So definitely check it out.
we got the link that we can put in there. It's here, retreat.
Yeah, bearwoodtraders.com retreat. Yeah, I'll send it over here.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll send it here in chat. If you guys are interested, I'll put it on YouTube on X as well. If you guys are interested, click on that. And there it is. All the information is on there, guys.
There's only a few spots left.
Yeah, so, be quick.
All right.
Be quick. It goes fast. Yeah. It goes fast. All right, let's continue here.
I'll have to let Andrew know before it sells out. So. All right, so there you go. Anyways, that's what we got going on. And if you're interested in the treat, I guess act now, because while it's not happening until the end of March, it looks like it's going to sell out fast, as those often do. So he even has live trading from a boat. So I think that's. I was looking at the itinerary. One of the days he claims that he's rented a boat. Here it is, right here, a yacht trip. And he said, private yacht and snorkeling trip in the Red Sea. Wi-Fi and trading setup will be available on the boat. So there you go. So that'll be cool. Trading on the yacht. Why not? Doesn't that just scream traders? That just, there you go. I'm on a boat. Yeah, I like that. That's a great song, by the way. If you're interested in joining us here as part of the community, whether you go to Egypt or not, consider going to bearbulltraders.com, and you can find the membership package that's right for you. Right now, we've got our Valentine's Day sale. By the way, Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow. Hopefully you've done something. I've got nothing for my wife. We don't typically exchange gifts or do anything on Valentine's Day, so I'll have to talk to her tonight and figure out what we're going to do about it for tomorrow. But in any event, maybe what you want to do is if you have a trader in your life, there'd be no better gift than getting them maybe a Bear Bull Traders membership, because they can do something that they love and then make some money for you, whom they love. So there you go. It all works. It's a big virtuous circle. Use the code LOVE50 and you can get 50% off the Elite Annual deal, which is a good deal and gives you the best price. By the way, if you're already in an existing membership, the year will only start counting when your current year ends. So you won't lose anything. You'll get the full time at the discounted rate. So check it out, bearbulltraders.com. Scroll down and you can see that offer available for you. Let's set some levels, Carlos. I see we're getting close to the open. We're only 6 minutes away, so we got a motor.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing here, we also want to advise you guys, free funded account when you do that Love 50, right? So you get a free funded account, friends. Make sure you take advantage of that. And I know we're running a little bit late, but you know what? This is important. Look at this guy. He sent me an email yesterday. Look at him. He is 8 days away. His account ends in February 18. Made 12,000 already. How nice. So he's gonna get a nice payout. Hey man, you got a few days to go. Do not do not get fancy. So congratulations, funded account winner there. Well, not yet. He's still got a few more days to
Yeah,
go. So
yeah.
wishing
Don't.
him. Let's
We've
not jinx
seen
him.
many people. Yeah, well, there's a good warning,
Oh,
Carlos. You're
yes,
right to bring it
yes.
up because we've seen so many people that blow up in that last week. Don't do it,
Don't
right?
do
Like,
it. Yes.
don't do anything crazy. Don't swing for the fences. You're in there. You're sitting on. Make some trades. Trade smart.
Yep.
Keep to the same strategy. Even reduce your size if you want, because it's. And you know what's interesting? If you look at this data, up 12,000 clearly has good trade management because their average winner is
Yeah.
$78. Average
Look at.
loser is 295, but a
Yeah.
90% win rate. I want to know what trade strategy this person's
Yeah.
using because that's
He's trading very small and very protected here. You can see
yeah,
the chart a little bit.
that's
So
pretty
yeah, so
impressive actually.
maybe we'll have an interview with him. I just need to see how he's trading. Maybe we'll have him on a podcast or something. All right, friends. I see Andrew's ready to
Yeah.
go. Peter, how about you tell people what the Andrew and the rest of the team is watching, and then we'll do levels with YouTube and X, and then we'll let these guys get ready for the market open and chat.
All right, sounds good. Our mods are getting their list in. I'm going to be watching Coin, Applied Materials, Donkey Kong, of course, as well as Tesla, NVIDIA, and AMD. Megan's going to be focusing on Micron, Coin, and Applied Materials. Gary's also got Coin on his list. He's going to be watching Roku and MSDR, however. Jared's watching Roku, Micron, Applied Materials, and Airbnb. Brian, who will be trading live momentarily here, Tesla, NVIDIA, Coin, Micron, and PLTR. And Andrew is going to be watching Applied Materials, Roku, Coin, Tesla, and NVIDIA. So we got some others with their listed, like Brendan, who's watching Rivian and MSDR. We've got Thor, who's going to be trading with our friends at P Capital, who's going to be watching Amazon, AMD, and NVIDIA, etc. So whatever you're watching, guys, trade smart. And hopefully you can have a great trading day. So with that, Carlos and I will head over to YouTube, as you mentioned, in the chat room. Stay tuned for Andrew and Brian. Oh, I can't hear you, Carlos. You're talking.
Oh, sorry, man, I might have been on mute. How about now?
Okay, yep, you're good.
All right, perfect. We'll just disconnect from chat here, and we'll make the changes we need to make. All right, let's go with our 1 minute or 5 minute, and let's do. Got set up stuff here, friends. Hold on. Rivian. I gotta write my list here. 1 second, friends. We'll get some levels in place right now. I'm gonna do that quickly. All right, let's go to Rivian here. Daily. Okay, we got 2 minutes. We got time. All right, Rivian here. High of the pre-market, 1782. We'll slam one there. Low of the pre-market, we're sitting at 1607. That's good. Towards the bottom, plenty of stuff here. Do not need to add anything else. Let's mark this spike here at 1556, just in case. I don't think it'll mean anything, but it's on there in its own rejection and heading back. Why not? Right smack in the middle of the high and low, you do have an area where you have a little bit of support and resistance around 1687. So let's throw a level there. So I do see some consolidation in the pre-market session around that area as well. And then towards the top, we got a nice level here. The big one is over here. This is the big level right over here, 1912. You can see here. Oh, look at that move. 1912, you see a lot of resistance and support. Right below it, there's kind of like a minor area, 1860. I think it's worth noting as well. Head over to Coin, friends. Coin on the daily. Pretty easy levels. I'm just going to mark down the high of the pre-market and the low. And that's just because you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days, plus the previous day close. You see a lot of support and resistance here. So we'll just mark those there. You know what? One more just in case we decide to shoot up over at 164.80. 83. DKNG heading lower. Low. Yeah, I don't know about this one. 2241. The low of the pre-market 2074. And if we head here towards the left, we're just gonna get some left. Wow, we had this guy's getting destroyed today. We haven't been down here since like forever. 2023 looks like. Yeah, they're getting smacked down today, man. Destroyed. 2331. Good level there, and then towards the bottom, another great level at 1949. Here's MU, which should be pretty easy. I think they're just stuck between all the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Let's head over to the side. 1 minute to the market open, friends, so be ready. Yeah, pretty easy levels on MU. Just the low of the pre-market seems to be the most important one. Then you're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. PLTR, another one surrounded by the highs and lows as well. Just going to mark the high of the pre-market on there, 130.80. And let's just get another level towards the bottom, and we'll be ready to go for this market open as we get into 30 seconds here. 124.93. And towards the bottom, we do have 122.97. Excellent, friends. We are all set. Friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. It does help out the channel a ton as we get ready for our market open in a couple of seconds here. We'll bring in our good buddy Peter there. And here comes the bell. All right, friends.
Opening bell. Oh no.
Yes.
I gotta get my platform switched over. I'm late. Come on, let's go.
Get it set up, Peter. Get it set up. Market Atlas, get everything ready to go.
My goodness.
Coin.
Come on. Open.
Here. Rivian.
Oh my goodness. It's never good opening your platform right at the opening bell because everything gets overloaded, right? And
yeah. Wow, okay. Look at coin.
Yeah. AMD has gone green. What else have I got here? Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong.
Let's see what is.
What else we got here? Pinterest. I don't know about being short AMD. What the heck? Sorry, Brian's gone short AMD, but it's popping up. He was also short PL. No, he was short PLTR earlier after the right at the open. Microsoft is dropping. NVIDIA had a heavy drop off the open. And Tesla is looking sort of weak here this morning, but it's hard to tell which direction. The market looks like it wants to push higher.
PLTR pushing above the VWAP. I like that. Above the, previous day close. Let's go over to Market Atlas and see what is taking place. All right, PLTR. A lot going on in this 1 minute. You got the engulfing, you got the previous day close, you got to come back to the VWAP. It's a lot happening here. And we got Atlas at 130 with some big orders on PLTR. I like the breakout, man. I might take this 120. Okay, I'm going long PLTR, friends.
The market is pushing higher here.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Let's see here. Long PLTR. We got Atlas at 130. Got big orders up here. We need more than that though, because I'm giving this like a dollar stop. So I would love to get like 132, 131. I'm asking for a lot.
Oh my goodness. The market is popping here.
Good. We need it to pop. My order needs to pop.
No, I
go.
Oh,
you're short?
I tried to go. Oh, I tried to go short on Tesla, but it's popped back up to the previous day close here, and that's not good for me. So I may be facing a loss here, my first trade back from vacation. We'll see what happens. You never know on Tesla.
Never know.
I was right near my stop out, and it's sketchy.
All right, let's see. See, this is man. PLTR. This is the problem with the funded account. Like, if I was trying to take trades in the funded account and my live account, like the same trades I take on the live account and the funded account, and I'm just not quick enough to do it on both.
Okay. All right. So I took a partial. I added into this thing when it popped up at me, but this thing is like crazy. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna aggressively put my stop at break even here, and let's see. I either get a drop. No, I'm out. Okay.
Yeah, this doesn't work very well. Okay, let's see if we can get something going here. 5 minute psychological break. Yeah, don't break your rules. You know, if your rules is to wait 5 minutes, 3 minutes, make sure you wait. Wait for it. All right, SPY's dropping. That's helping Peter, not helping me, but SPY's dropping here.
Yeah, I actually got stopped out of Tesla, but got back into it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sitting short in it. There you go. All right, now I'm gonna take a partial. That's good. Let's see if. So look at me. I'm crazy trading this
Nice,
morning.
nice. Well, just 2 trades. Just 2 trades. Not bad.
It
Not
feels,
bad.
I know, but it's more than I normally would take at this time. But maybe this is the
Yeah.
new me. This is the
There
new
you
me. So
go.
let's
This is the
read
new
Tesla.
rested you. So
That's right. That's right. Well, look at this aggressive trading, bro. Got it up on the screen. We'll see if I can get down to. It's either going to stop me at a break even.
here. Oh, VWAP is doing its job. That's what we want. We want PLTR to go up, and we want SPY to go down for Peter. But I want VWAP to PLTR to go up. So we could both be winners here in this situation, hopefully.
That'd be great. I'm okay with that.
That is the goal. Oh man. All right, let's see PLTR. I also took it on my funded account. Let's see if it's gonna. I didn't get the same entry, of course, because I'm just not that fast. But I took it on my funded account as well. PLTR on this trade.
All right, I'm back out of Tesla. I put my stop at break even, and I just did hit it. So
yeah,
I still think Tesla's going to go down here, but it's a little bouncy.
It's giving me a hard time.
Bouncy. Yeah.
Yeah, we're struggling on this previous day close at a PLTR, but it's got a nice 5 minute ORB setup. We didn't take it for a 5 minute ORB. We took it for a breakout of the previous day close. The engulfing, the VWAP, everything looked great. But it's struggling to really break from this previous day close right here. So, but so far it's looking good. If we can continue to stay above the VWAP, we're okay. Our stop is 128.20. So give it a little bit, about 80 cents, maybe $1. We could do as much as 128 because that would be around $1, which is what I planned for. But we really got to break this previous day close, and then we got to run to make this trade worth our while. We got to get to like 131. That'll be 2-to-1, and that's gonna be it'll be tough. Well, it's not gonna be easy, that's for sure, to get up there.
Line Materials is up here this morning. And yeah, good thing I got it a Tesla break even. Looks like it's popping back up here now. So
all right, 128 we'll stop. Okay, here it is. PLTR is market is dropping, so I don't know what you should be looking good here. Yeah, I'm going.
Brian's gone short Tesla now, so
we're there. 128, 128, 128. We're not holding. Getting ready to bail if we don't hold 128.
Oh man. I need my big setup trades. That's
all right. What are we doing? Man, SPY's not helping our cause here. So we're getting ready to bail if we don't hold that 128.
Oh my goodness. This is not easy trading so far this morning.
Yeah. And it's actually, I'm looking at PLTR, it's actually engulfing to the downside. I'm not going to flip my position. That's not part of the plan, but it might end up engulfing if it closes here below 128. You're going to get this 5-minute engulfing, which is not good for us if that does happen. Okay, there it is. We're stopping out. All right, so we're stopping out of PLTR. It is engulfing a little bit here. We don't want no parts of that today. And the SPY didn't actually sell off. Went down a little, but didn't sell off. So, oh Oh, yes. Good, good. Glad we got out of that. Look at that drop there. That is not good. You want no parts of that. MU. Choppy. DKNG choppy. Coin choppy. Rivian. Wow. What the? Everything is choppy. If you look at Rivian choppy.
No.
Coin choppy. I have not looked at all these tickers. Dunkin' Kong's not even in play. This is nothing. MU. MU actually looks good. Choppy, but looks good for a possible short on MU. Let's see. MU. MU looks good. Looks good. Looks good. I don't know if I trust it though. I don't know if it's just gonna fake us out here with the market starts bouncing. PLTR. Glad we got out of it. Look at that, guys. Take your stops. Don't stay in it. You can always get back in if it does sets up again. And what did Pinch do? Pinch was down quite a bit this morning. Pinch down 22%. Is actually holding.
Yeah.
It's actually holding, but you know.
Yeah, it's not great. It's
Hood.
pretty choppy.
Everything looks the same.
Yes.
And INTC is my second one on here. And our popcorn ticker not doing anything. All right. DKNG, coin. Coin's dropping. Okay, coin's losing it here. Market is also dropping a bit. MU is gonna work. If the market drops like that, MU is gonna work. But I'm not chasing it. We'll wait for a better setup. We'll find something. We'll wait for a better setup. We will wait. Lunar. NVDA. Yeah.
All right. Oh, there you go. There's the drop I was looking for on Tesla. It did finally happen. I'm not in it, unfortunately. But I had the right idea, so that's okay. I'll take some comfort in that.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. What do we have? What do we have? Spy is doing his thing again.
I have to look up some numbers. My daughter just asked for a copy of the ownership for her car. She's fighting a parking ticket, apparently. Oh, darn it. That drop on Tesla. But one thing I've noticed in all my travels around the world.
To fight a parking ticket?
Yeah, because I'm officially the registered owner, so I hold the ownership.
But I'm saying when she goes to court, she has to prove is her car when she goes to court.
I don't know. I'm not sure why she needs it, to be honest, but
okay.
I guess she just probably needs the VIN number or something.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Could be. But anyways, she could get it off the car, but in any event, but I noticed in my travels, I gotta give Hyundai credit. They seem to be like the most. I just see Hyundais everywhere I go, every country in the world. I don't know if they're actually selling more than in other brands or what their growth has been, but it feels like they've taken over the world just sort of in the last few years.
People like Hyundais. A few people that I know that have one, they like them.
They're like cheap and cheerful, all right? They're not exceptional. They get the job done. I don't know. It's my opinion. That's my impression anyways. But and they're affordable.
Market is pushing higher. I just don't see anything that I like. I like DK and G will be awesome. You got this nice break from this area here. I just don't think they got the juice, man. to really get pushing. So I'm not sure, but they got the best setup right above the VWAP. MU below the VWAP, I don't like that. PLTR maybe getting above the VWAP here. This could be interesting. What else? Any other ones looking good? Pins, high of day maybe on that one. I don't trade that, but high of day. Hood. Great marketing campaign. Oh man, look at that. Do we jump back in on? Still at the 5-minute range here. Okay, going again on a PLTR, friends. We do have the 5-minute range right there. So our entry a little bit better, not by much. But we're going back in here now for a couple of things. Previous day close breakout. You got the 5-minute RB breakout, and we got this level 130 that we're trying to get to. You can see it better on the 5-minute, 130.85. So let's see if we can make it work this time. And SPY's going the other way, so it should be more things looking good too for long. DKNG. If this was any other ticker, I would be long here because I like this setup here. I would be long right on it, but it's DKNG, so I don't know. I don't know about DKNG.
Yeah, it's a tough. It could be a tough one. I am watching it here. I'm watching it. I'm watching Coin. I'm watching Pins. None of them look that interesting. Look at PLTR, Carlos.
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm back in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm back in. I'm back in.
Okay.
I'm like, I am back in that baby. So I want my money back.
All right.
Want my money back. I'm a revenge trader.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Man, it's not good. No, actually, no. This was a very well planned trade. It was very well planned. I can say I'm not. Don't feel like I was revenge trading it. There might be some of that, but it actually wasn't a planned situation, so that's good. It's always good. Oh, SPY is going to help us a ton here, friends. Although I think PLTR was strong from the beginning, the SPY messed us up here. The SPY messed us up. PLTR had a good market atlas at 130 from the beginning, and then SPY came and did his whatever it does sometimes to mess us up. But look at this go here, friends. 130. I should be taking a partial here.
Wow. Toyota's like the quiet. They just sell a lot of cars, Toyota.
People love Toyotas, man. Those things last. They last a long time. Was Toyota and a Honda? Hondas. I mean, we had a couple of Hondas in the family. Them things. We got a Honda we bought back in when my brother was like in high school. This thing's still running. My father has it, still running. You know, he doesn't use. He has it parked there. You know, but they go forever, man.
Yeah, when you get a good one, they just keep going. Toyotas are the same way. It looks like Kia's looks like the number 3 in the world in terms of vehicle sales. Interesting. So Hyundai, Kia combined, which is the same company essentially.
Hyundai and Kia are the same?
Yep.
They're the same company? I did not know that.
Yeah, like the Hyundai Elantra and the Kia Forte, it's the same car. It's just a slightly different styling. It's like what the North American brands used to do with like Ford Mercury or things like that, where they sold the same car. The Mercury Sable and the Ford Taurus, for example, same car. Ford Tempo
those anymore.
Mercury. Yeah.
The Taurus are gone.
Anyways, we had one when I was a kid. Loved driving that thing around.
We are long here, but I'm trying to see what Mark Atlas is going to do here. We have a lot of orders at 132. We got a few at 131.15. So we got a few below. I should take a partial. Yes, I should take a partial. Let's take a partial, but I'm only taking 10% because I think it's gonna go higher. Yeah, I'm taking like a BS partial just to make myself feel better here. Like 10% is not gonna.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because I feel like it's gonna go higher, but then I don't want to be greedy because this is a decent move already. But I feel like it's gonna go more based on this market atlas and the way the orders are lining up here. I think 132 is a possibility. So let's
Okay.
see. But it all depends on this guy here, the market, right? See, already pulling down. This is not helping us out here. Um, that's not helping us. Come on,
All
SPY.
right.
Stay above the previous day close. Stay above the previous day close.
Tesla is turned out to be choppy. It dropped nicely and then it came right back, went right to previous day close, back down again. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. This is not Carlos, this is almost worse than choppy because at least a choppy market, you know what you've got. Like you know you've got
Right.
chop. It's very clear. This is like a wavy market, right? Where you think you're getting into a good move, and it makes a good move, and then it just sort of rounds on itself and heads right back in the other direction. I mean, just look at the SPY
Mm-hmm.
chart for this morning. It's all these waves, and everything's following it. PLTR, unfortunately, getting sucked up in that as well. So
Yeah.
your 10% partial is probably feeling pretty good right now, right? Because at least
Yeah, actually it is.
you lock that in. Yeah.
Yeah,
See?
yeah. It is. It is. Let's see.
Yeah.
It might just come back down here. Hopefully, it can step up the previous day close. I'm gonna give it a little bit of room below my previous day close, like 128.76. I think it come down, bounce here, but not much more than that because I'm not giving the profits back. So we'll see if the SPY can turn around because it's clearly the SPY is influencing it so much. And Peter, we've been having this type of situation a lot where MU yesterday, same thing. If you saw MU yesterday, we had a great breakout trade, beautiful. And I think it was going to go higher, but then the SPY started selling off really hard, and it just dragged everything down. But on MU yesterday, we would have had an awesome day on that thing.
Mm.
Let's see. We still got a bunch of orders on market atlas. PLTR still looks more bullish than bearish by far. So I would love to see it hold here and head higher, but I think the market has a lot to do with that now.
Yeah. NVIDIA, Tesla. Tesla looks definitely more bearish than bullish based on Atlas. But again, we've watched this thing get the support and we got some orders at the whole dollars at 412 on Tesla, down at 410. The biggest order size by far is down at 410, but it's far enough away that it might not get there.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
MU, DKNG. Actually, DKNG did break out. Got a
mhm.
probably 50 cents on that move. IPLTR is trying to go higher. Coin. What did coin do here? No, coin was a good VWAP breakout too, friends. Look at this. That was clean. I wasn't watching it, unfortunately, but that was nice and clean there. Pretty
Coin. Oh
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice VWAP breakout there. That's good. Rivian, garbage for the most part. Choppy. DKNG, nothing. MU, is trying to get back to the VWAP. PLTR, trying to hold above 130. Pins, not much. Hood as well. Hood also breaking out here. Similar to whatever coin is doing. Intel. And our popcorn stock halted twice. And this is the garbage we talked about. You mentioned this, Peter, right? Going into the market open, things start to get messy. So great, active pre-market
Yeah.
activity. Market opens, it turns to crap. So be very, very careful. Halted a couple of times already on that one. PLTR. Let's go PLTR. Let's get 132. Let's be nice. Let's go into the weekend nice and happy. Extra happy. I'm always happy, but extra happy.
Extra happy.
Extra happy.
Super
Yeah,
happy.
I'm always happy. What could be better? All right, let's see. Hard day to trade. Everything moves with the SPY. Yeah, yes, we are seeing some of that a lot
It's
lately.
very correlated.
Yep, yep. Not so much when the SPY stays like if the SPY stays choppy, right? And it's kind of like we saw yesterday at the market open, right? The SPY was choppy. So stocks are doing their own thing. MU is doing their own thing, no
Right.
problem. Once it starts dropping, right? Once it starts dropping with a little volume and a little more aggressive, then the stocks tend to fall in line with whatever it's doing. If the stock was going up, it starts going down, or it halts its movement up, right? It changes things. So, and the same thing when it goes up, right? Here's going up now, and things might start to go higher, especially the stocks that do want to be at a higher price. So, yeah, it does affect things, unfortunately. So it could throw your plans off. This is why we watch it. This is why we have, we have the SPY on up, and we always check it. You can have the cues and just kind of see what the overall sentiment is. That could affect the way you trade or your setup. All right, SPY, very nice. Trying to push up above into the green. MU, guys, potential view at breakout on MU. So just look at your trade book, see if it makes sense for you. PLTR back at 131. We're looking for 132. You took DKNG. How did you take it? You took it for the breakout here? It was a nice setup. It really was. We called it here on this 5-minute ORB. You got the 5-minute ORB. You got the VWAP breakout. And if it wasn't any other tick, I would have taken it. But me and DKNG don't get along so well. But you're up $1. You're up $1 depending where you got in. So good job. Good job. All right. All right, friends. Just MU right now. I mean, just not MU. Just in
my
PLTR.
goodness.
And look at
Oh
this.
my goodness.
This drop.
Andrew's getting beat up here on AMD. Yeah, Andrew tried to take AMD long, and then this big drop here just hit him.
What is this drop? PLTR's got the same drop too. Like, where's this coming from? SPY?
Yeah. Tesla, the same thing. Yeah, the market is, again, everything's correlated to the markets, it looks like. It's pretty much all, the bigger the stock, the more it looks like the overall index. So it just tells me it's just there's not a lot of sort of independence going on. Nobody's worried about individual stocks. They're just sort of, block trading. The computers are generally in charge here, and it's pretty choppy today, which is too bad. I was hoping for a better day, but I mean a better morning. We still have lots of time in this day. I mean,
very early.
We're
very early.
And now it depends on your trading style, of course, right? Like the day could be almost over for you if you're an opening range trader because the opening ranges are done. But for me, right? I mean, I still have lots of day left, so the big trades are still yet to come. I hope, or at least the big trade opportunities are likely still yet to come. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, and Monday's a holiday. I should have mentioned that on the economic calendar, by the way, that we do have a market holiday on Monday, which surprised me. I forgot that coming back from vacation until someone else mentioned it.
Well, you got a holiday too. You got family time,
family day,
something. Yeah,
family day.
I had Canadian coworkers, and we always tell them, listen, you guys just make up holidays every time we're off. You just make up a holiday to be off as well. I get it. I'm not mad at it, but you guys every holiday we have, you make up something just to be off. This was my argument to them, playing around with them in the office, and they loved it, man. It was funny. Yeah. It was funny. So yeah, you got Family Day, which should be every day, but I get it.
Absolutely. I mean, we have some holidays that we like to make up on our own. Like we have the July 2-4 weekend that you guys don't really do celebrate, but
yeah, Boxing Day, which is
Boxing Day. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a British thing.
Yeah, yeah.
British aristocracy, aristocracy, aristocracy. I can't even say that word today. Anyways,
Yeah. Moving to Alberta in a few months. Nice. Nice. Ryan, enjoy.
oh wow, where in Alberta? Are you going somewhere weird like Red Deer or not that Red Deer's weird, it's just smaller, I should say. Or are you moving to Calgary or Edmonton?
Mm-mm-mm.
Lobstick? I've never heard of that. Is that a place?
By Edmonton. Sounds very rural. Rural location. Sounds all the way up
Red
there.
Red, Red Deer is weird. I've never been to Red Deer, so I can't
So it's like one road in, one road out. Like what are we talking about here? how
Red
how
Deer.
north
I
is
only
this?
know Red Deer is like it's mostly known because it's got hockey and that's about it. It's like a stopping off point if you're going between Edmonton and Calgary. It's just like it just I think it's most known because it's in the middle. It just sits halfway between Edmonton and Calgary. So
Oh, it's pretty big. They got buildings. They got buildings.
okay,
Yeah, they
all
got
right.
schools and parking lots. All right. Got
And
bridges. Looks
I
nice.
did look it up here. Lobstick is a place in Alberta. So is that where you're actually going? Now I got to ask, what the heck takes you to Lobstick, Alberta?
Well, where are you coming from? It could be. This could be not a big change, depending where you're moving from.
I don't, Lobstick has like 8 people living it.
Oh, his last place could have 4 people. This could be a huge increase in population.
Huh. It's where the girls' parents are. Okay.
Ah, there we
Yeah.
go. Okay. Getting down to the root cause of things here. Oh, good, my friend. Awesome.
Yeah. All right. We got a bunch of people here from Cochrane, Alberta. Have you heard of that? You got Lethbridge, Slave. Anybody in Slave Lake? Now you get north. I mean, not full. You really want to go north? You go all the way up to like I don't know what's way up there. Uh, what's the farthest north? Fitzgerald, Indian Cabins, Alberta. Now we're like, now we're really in the middle of nowhere.
Canada's big, man. Canada is so big. And it's just so
Fort
much
McKay.
land. Oh,
There's a lot of land in Canada. We do have a lot of that. Big empty spaces.
all right, friends. We're just sitting here waiting on PLTR or something else to do something. I'm still in PLTR, waiting for an actual break.
Carlos, I always remember my dad hates it when I tell this story, but I tell it anyways. When Canada's so big and empty, especially driving across the prairies,
Mm-hmm.
that I remember we actually drove from Ottawa to Vancouver back to go to like Expo 86. I'm talking 1986 here.
Expo.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like the World Exposition when
Mm.
it
Okay.
was
Oh,
in
okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
it was in Vancouver. I don't know why we decided that's what we were doing. My mom would never fly, so we always took driving vacations. But anyways, so anyways, at one point we're driving through the prairies here, and my dad gets pulled over by the cops coming through Alberta on our way into Calgary, and pulls over the cops doing 155 kilometers an hour, which is about 100 miles an hour. Now
Mm-hmm.
the speed limit's your normal like 55 miles an hour. Well, it's
Mm.
probably was 62 miles an hour, right? It's
Wow.
100 kilometers an hour. So,
You're going to jail here for that. But go ahead.
but but yeah, the cop just said, "Look, hey, where are you coming from? Oh yeah, you long drive. Yeah, with the family going all across country." And anyways, and the cop said, "Look, it happens a lot, man. It's so flat. You can, especially if it's your first time out here, you could forget what speed you're going. Like this is the '80s, so there wasn't like cruise control or anything like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, and he just said, just take it easy, man. Keep the speed down. And he let us go. No ticket, no nothing, just with a
Nice.
warning. Doing 100 miles an hour down the road with the family in the back, and
And
you know,
I don't think they even had seatbelts back then. In the back seat, there was no seatbelts.
We
Yeah, it's just
there there were seatbelts.
kids.
We did have
They were.
seatbelts.
I didn't have. I don't remember
Yeah, yeah.
seatbelts back in
We
my.
had seatbelts.
That seatbelts.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this was the tough days, man. None of that soft stuff. No car seats. Did they have car seats back then? I don't remember being in a car seat. They just put me in the car, back of the car, and my mom either hugged me or something. We didn't
No,
have no
they
car seats.
didn't
I
really
mean,
didn't have car seats really, but there were seatbelts back there. But
okay,
anyways,
okay. I remember using those, but all right, yeah, yeah. Good stuff,
uh,
good stuff.
uh,
All right.
anyways.
Here we are. It's PLTR. It's trying,
PL-
but it's gonna
Yeah,
definitely gonna make us wait.
it's PLTR. PLTR's been holding up well. It's not doing anything interesting, but it's been holding up well considering how choppy the rest of the market's been. So let's hope, Carlos. There's still possibility. Coin actually did make a good move, like you pointed out, and still moving higher. So that's one that actually had a good move. The other one is DKNG, pretty choppy at the open, but once it made a move, it actually made a little bit of a decent range.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm not seeing much else, to be honest. Uh, Applied materials just leaking off here. It's right at the low of the pre-market right now. So let's see what it does. AMD is pretty ugly here. It's just in a pretty narrow range.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. We're just
That's
not
weird.
seeing much.
No.
MU failed the VIA breakout, right? Came here, fair, went back under the VIA, so nothing to see there. Coin. Coin did very well, as you mentioned. Very, very well. Look at this breakout. I know a lot of you guys took this. You guys took Coin. I know some of you guys took Coin. If you did, you are enjoying this move. I hope you're enjoying this move. So, look at that. There it goes. 158 coming up on Coin. Beautiful. Hood should be doing the same thing. Yeah, Hood is also trading well. And my PLTR is just stalling at the moment. So if it continues to take this long, we'll probably take another partial here. Hopefully above 131 into 130, 149. We'll take another partial just to lock in some more profits. Oh. Not only car. I remember sitting on the armrest in the middle of the car. Yeah, no, it was different back then. It was not this. But again, cars didn't go as fast, and you didn't have so many on the road.
they
So
they also they weren't
know,
as safe either. So it's
yeah. So it's like
I don't know.
now you got so many vehicles, and you just got to be careful because it's an idiot that would just run into you, right? So back then was a little bit different, I think.
Yikes.
The seatbelts are good. They're important, guys. Wear your seatbelts. That is important.
Seatbelts are important.
All right, let's see. Lots more people die back then. Maybe. Maybe. All right, here he goes.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a pop here. So let's see if we
Come
can
on,
get that
PLTR.
move, Carlos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for that break high of day 131.51. It's really struggling there, but love 132. Sleeping in the back window. Yeah. I mean, we used to ride in the pickup truck. But again, nobody was going in the back of the pickup truck in the flat, but nobody was going at a, 80 miles per hour. It was you didn't have that. You have speed to things. It's a whole you don't want to be back there 80 miles per hour now, I mean, don't want to do that.
Damn. It takes
Come on,
forever.
PLTR. Yeah, this is not going as fast as I would like.
God.
Peter, are
These
you in
flights,
anything right
man.
now?
No, no, I don't see anything setting up, so I'm not going to push it. I'm actually looking for flights to Egypt.
Mm,
I really want to go on this Egypt trip. I know I just
nice.
got back from a trip, but
Do it, man. Do it, do it, do it. If I could, I would, but I don't think I could pull that off. Do it, do it.
it's expensive though. Jeez,
How much is the flight?
the two
That's
two
one.
grand.
Yeah, that's the one benefit I have living here. These major airports, man, you can get flights cheap almost anywhere. Like
Mm,
to like Spain. When I was thinking about going, but glad I didn't because the storm. It would have been hell for my wife. It was like 400
right.
bucks to get there. So it's very very inexpensive. Because of Kennedy Airport and Newark, you could work between those two and figure out which carrier gives you the best deal. Now during summer season, forget it. Everything's doubled. Everything's doubled. I mean, that's what I get you, right? The summertime when kids are out, forget it. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous how it gets. I live in New Jersey, so I'm right next to New York, East Coast. Loving Atlas, good man, good, good, good. Glad it's working. It's an amazing tool. It really is. Like if I let's go look at it now. Where's my Atlas here? I was looking at Canada. Look at how big Canada is. My goodness, massive. Um, but yeah, let's take a look. Here it is. Here's my beautiful Atlas. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. See, it's starting to get a little more balanced time. We're seeing that now where the price is kind of stuck here, 131.20. It keeps hitting 131.50, going down to 130.50. So it's just bouncing back between these two areas here. Still looks a lot more bullish. I'm hoping that we can get 132. 133 will be awesome. But let's see. The deciding factor on this might be if the overall market does something, like if the markets can continue to move higher, if we can break the high, that could be the deciding factor. Something as simple as that can push us over. Right now, we're just kind of stuck. So, oh wait a minute, I forgot about my order. See, this is not good. I can't be trading like that. I forgot about my order. Where is it? PLTR. My goodness, I forgot about this. All right, here we go. Let's partial. Yes. I forgot about this. Partial here, 50%. Make sure I got everything clicked. Okay. And then stop to break even. Love this button here, guys. Use it. Use it. Stop to break even. Right? We took our partial. We're going to stop loss at break
Yeah.
even. Puts it there, and that's it. Now I could really forget about it. But I would have been stopped out on this, though. I really forgot. Yeah, I was focusing on the real order. So it's like, it's hard to do both at the same time.
Ugh.
All right, we'll see. So I might fund an account, waiting for the same thing, waiting for an actual breakout to happen here, and it might all be just can the SPY get it done for us? That's what we're waiting for. Seems like. Peter, how the flight's looking? Just book it, man. Don't think about it.
Montreal to Casablanca. That would be awesome. Spend 15 hours though in Casablanca.
I'm fairly patient, but PLTR is testing my patience. Yes, it's mine too. It is, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's taking too long. Taking way too long.
I can have a whole
Okay.
day in Casablanca. What do you go do if you have a day in Casablanca? There's gotta be something interesting to do.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We went to Hong Kong. We just stayed the night. We just planned it so that the layover was the following morning.
Right.
And we went to a couple of local bars, and it was nice. It was nice. Then we did a little sightseeing by the port as well. Um yeah, so it depends. I'm not sure how much there's to do there.
Morocco. That'd be awesome.
Don't think about it, Peter, man. Just do it. Just do it.
No, no, I'm gonna do it. I just have to what the heck? What is happening? Sometimes anyways. All right. I'm still not seeing anything that I want to trade. AMD, man, it is really in a quite a tight zone here. Really not trading nicely. Tesla also in a relatively tight zone. It's strange.
Mm.
Is this what trading's been like while I've been gone?
There's some days have been like this. Yeah, there's some days the market has taken over. But somehow, man, we've been making it somehow, making it work. Like,
Okay.
it has not been. Yeah, it's not been as great as it was when you were here. Like we had a lot of continuation moves, but yeah, it's been rather choppy. But we're finding place somehow, man. But it's been like this, yeah.
Right.
Mm, But yes, yes, yes. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. We're sitting at 450 likes. Yes, 450, 51 with me. So definitely hit that thumbs up there, and really appreciate it. Give Peter a nice welcome back by showing
Yeah.
him your
Give me
support. Peter emojis in chat,
hit
and
the
go ahead and
old
hit that
thumbs up.
thumbs up. Yeah, yeah. Make him feel nice and welcome. What is your win rate for the VWAP strategy? It's about 55, 60%. It's not huge. This is why I want to talk to this guy. I want to see how he traded these strategies, because this number to me, I don't think I've seen something like this. So this is the funded account gentleman that emailed me yesterday. His funded account ends on February 18, and you can see here this win rate of 90%. He's trading 5 trades per day average. I mean, that's pretty good. An average winner 78, right? Usually you want the opposite, but shows you that this can also work. I mean, I don't know how sustainable this is. Like, this is very, very interesting, right? So, no, but the problem is, even with averaging down, right? If you average down and you start uh, risking too much, if it doesn't come back, you're going to lose more than just 10%. You'll lose a lot more. Trust me. You can't average down and still be 90% winner, right? That those two things don't correlate. So it's got to be some kind of way he's trading that works. And again, hey, listen, the numbers here, they work. I don't see a lot of traders doing this, but the numbers here, they clearly work. Lucky, I don't know if you could be lucky with 5 trades per day for 90 calendar days. I don't know if luck is gonna help you there, right? Luck can help you in a
Right.
couple of days, couple of trades, but these numbers here, that's a lot of trading. This is 275 trades. That's 280 trades, right? I think I'm reading that correctly, right? 275 winning trades, 30 losing trades. Yeah, and this is curve right here. This is curve. It's curve. You can see it here. It's, for the most part, very steady. Okay, so you can't get that lucky every time. Trading doesn't work like that. So he has a system that works. We might not understand it, right? But the system works. And that's important to understand. Like, you have to have a system that works for you. His system right here is working, right? He made $12,000. So whether he's trading small, averaging down smartly, or somewhat intelligently, the numbers are working. If you could do it
Yep.
consistently, go for it, right? You don't have to explain to anybody why this works for you and why this is the right way to trade. If the numbers work and the final outcome is you made money, that's all you need. That's all you need. I'm just curious. And that's all. I'm just curious. I'm happy for him, but I'm very curious to see how he makes that work. And it's great to see other people do different things that work for them, right? So I find that
Yeah.
very, very awesome.
God, this is so
It's
choppy.
painful, Peter. And I know this seems long for you because you just come back from vacation. So you're not used to putting in all this work to make money. I get it. I'm with you.
Well, I'm not in anything right now, so
I
I'm
know
just
you're not,
watching.
but you're still putting
yeah.
in the work of looking, right? You're still
Yeah.
you're still looking, you're still searching, you're hunting, right? And I know this is not
Mhm.
something you're used to, but this is what we do, Peter. This is what we do to make our living here. Oh man, Peter's been spoiled for the last 2 weeks. Spoiled,
Yeah.
enjoying life. Love it, man. Love it, love it. All right, friends.
Wow. You can get a direct flight out of Toronto.
You could or you cannot.
You can.
Oh, sweet.
Toronto, Cairo. It's not the cheapest flight, but
Sweet. All right, friends. Just waiting along, waiting along. And is it because it's a holiday on Monday? Maybe things are acting a little bit weird. That could be it too.
I
Just start the
it
long
could be.
weekend. It could be part because this is choppier
Yeah.
than it has been. This is like much choppier than it has been. Um,
Right.
so that could be part of it. Guys, quick reminder, as we are into our Love 50 discount over at bearbetraders.com, friends, you can get an elite annual membership for a very nice price of $1,200 here. And that's going to bring in one funded account, which is value. If you buy the funded account now on its own, it's $299. So just think about that. The value of that funded account is $299. You could literally, with this, probably pay for all of this if you're smart within those 90 calendar days, right? So take a look at that elite annual membership. Use the love code 50, gets you in, gets you the funded account, and you are set to go. And some people are asking me, hey, can I come in, learn, be here for a couple of months and then activate my funded account? Yes, you can come in here, spend 2-3 months learning the ins and outs, finding a chat room, finding a strategy, going into the chat room, and then when you're ready, activate your funded account and go for it, right? So you don't have to do one and one at the same time, right? So definitely check that out. All right, Coin. Wow, Coin was one of the better traders today, friends. Coin and Hood both are just taking off. So I can imagine crypto's doing some stuff here. Where's
Yeah.
the,
Is it? Let's see.
I would think, right? I mean,
Well, let's see.
what's the price?
Oops. Got to click on the right link here. See, I'm out of practice. Yeah, Bitcoin's up a little bit, not much.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't see that much of a movement in crypto prices here this morning. So, but it could be some interest. I mean, Coin had relatively, I think they had sort of relatively good news. They did miss their numbers in the quarter, but um, Coin is well positioned. I still think, despite the downturn in crypto, and being how much Coin has sold off over the last little while, it's got some topside opportunity, in my
Yeah.
humble opinion. But I mean, what do I know? It's I mean, Coin is. Remember when it was trading at $400? Yeah,
I
well, that's
know.
not it. That's not it now.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely not it now. Um, Question is, can the trader see the dashboard by himself? Yes, Mo. So when you get your funded account, I think you have one already, right? Or you're getting one. I'm not sure, but when you get yours, you can go here to journal. Let's go to my funded account here. So here's my funded account, friends. We're up 1100, 180. Unrealized, trying to get higher, but here if you go to right here, journal. You click. Oh, I'm not showing you guys the screen. Hold on a second. Here it is. If you go to journal, so if you come in here, you'll be able to see your dashboard. All right, so you'll be able to see your dashboard, your net P&L. This is my old funded account. I got to get the new one to. I don't know how to update this, but this is the old one. We did 10,000, average winner 700, average loser this. We did about 40 trades. This is more 51%. It's more on the realistic side as far as win rate. I'm like at 55, between 55 and 58. So that 90% win rate is crazy. 2 trades per day. So you're able to see the numbers. But this is not for the funded account I'm running right now. I opened up a new one. And I gotta find out how to reset the journal to show the numbers for this funded account that I'm running now. But you're able to see it yourself. You have access to a bunch of stuff here. And a trade book, you have a equity curve. There's a lot of data here, which is really, really nice. Right? So you see all of this. What else? Daily notes. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's really cool. Really cool. So definitely check it out. All right, I'm focusing in here, friends, on my trade. PLTR is probably gonna run now. Let's see. Let's see. Come on, 3150 break. 3162 is the new high of the day on PLTR.
wow, Coin is really just motoring here.
Coin is so good today. So good today.
Is anybody in Coin? Somebody's in it. You're having a good day. I'm surprised. I didn't expect it to move quite that well.
Yeah.
I've been watching it all morning, but wasn't quite the target I was looking at.
Let's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would trust that.
What's that?
Nothing. Just looking at it's still looking at flights.
Mm.
They book you this flight where you've got like a 1 hour layover. So I'm going from Cairo to Athens, 1 hour in Athens, and then Athens to Montreal. Do you think I actually am going to make that flight? Feels unlikely.
Mm.
1 hour? Everything has to go flawlessly.
And yeah, in Hong Kong, the airport is so big. Um, I don't know how. If you have to take a flight and it's tight, you're probably not gonna make it. We had to go under, and there's a train that runs under because it's all fake land that they created. So there's a train that runs
Right.
under, and it was just massive the amount of people. Now we're just trying to get out of the airport and go to the town. But if you got to make a flight, you're all the way on the other side. That could be an issue if they're running it tight.
Right.
Or if your flight gets delayed. All right, 132 here. I am gonna take a partial on my account, so I am gonna take a partial here at 132 just in case. Let's see.
Yeah, you finally got the move.
Yeah, Come on, baby. Actually missed it because I was messing around. I'm 30 cents off, but might have to take it here. See if we could just pop up there real quick so I can take my partial and be happy. Come on. SPY's is trying to break out of his range. This is good. The SPY can break out of this range. We can start seeing some movement. Uncle D Trace, you took PLTR. Very nice. Next target 133. I'm gonna take some off here. I'll wait for 133, but I'm definitely gonna take here. This we're gonna get 132. I have the day 132.16. There it is. I would take a partial here. There it is.
There you go.
132.
Back
very
up,
nice.
Back
very
up
nice.
through the 132.
See if we can get trending. Oh, it SPY's good, Peter. Now look at that. It's moving.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it can help you.
Finally, we're breaking out of this
doing
little
something.
range. Yeah.
You're doing something. Yeah. And coin just keeps on trucking. What a move on coin. Coin and Hood, definitely the traders of today. Unbelievable. It's not so much. Intel. Actually, Intel better than what I would have expected on such a choppy day. So you can see here Intel doing some stuff. So that's good. But PLTR partial there. So yeah, very nice. Coin keeps on going. Yep. I like their commercial on the Super Bowl. It was really good. Their commercial was very because it just kept you thinking like, okay, who is paying for this sing along, for this karaoke? And it was Coin. So it was very nice.
Who? I didn't even.
They had Peter. You would enjoy this commercial. They had a blue screen, or like a blue screen, and you know the karaoke screens are blue, and they have the letters of the songs.
Yeah.
That's it. No logo, no nothing. Just a blue screen, and then the logos of a Backstreet Boys song that everybody like knows. You know, and they just play for like 15, 20 seconds, just the song, and then at the end, they had just Coinbase, nothing fancy. They probably spent like $10 on making this ad, but it had you thinking the whole time. Okay, who is this? And it was Coinbase. So it was. I enjoyed that. Really? I really did. It was different. Yeah.
Okay.
They gapped down the next day, so it didn't work. It didn't work. Oh man, I tell you. But they're moving today.
Oh my.
It is. SPY pushing higher, pushing higher. Come on, PLTR. Be a team player.
4 a.m.? What?
Be a team player. SPY continues. Right, friends, 100 more likes and we'll do the funded account. 400, 450 guesses into the funded account. We'll do it right now if you guys get us there. So if you haven't had the opportunity to hit the like button, hit it so we can do our funded account. Nathan, not yet, not yet. It's coming. Not yet. It's not on. The back end is not on. It's coming, though. It's coming.
Hang on. Hang on.
Hang on a sec. Hang on. Come on. Come on, PLTR. We need you to win both here and on our funded account because we can't be having the members have more than me on the numbers here. It's not acceptable. This guy made $12,000. We got to beat that, man. We got to make 15 by the end of this 90 days.
Okay, well,
and I just
challenge is on.
I'm not gonna put that pressure on myself, but that would be nice. It would be nice. Game on. PLTR, what are you looking to do? Yes, what are you looking to do is the question that we have with PLTR. I think it's just following the overall SPY, to be honest. I don't think it's lost a lot of steam, though. Like, it had the volume. Look at the difference of the moves earlier, right, with the volume that it had. And now volume is half or a quarter of this in most candles. And you're moving higher, but you're just not getting the explosive movements we had here. If the SPY did not mess up our momentum here, I think we would have had a 133 much easier. Again, my opinion, maybe not, but I think so. I think so. I think we would have had a nice move. I think we would have. All right. Let's see. Here it is.
All right. Have we got do Andrew and Brian? Are they normally joining us out here?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's it's a hit or miss. You just
Some
never know.
days. Okay. All right.
We play by ear.
Okay. All right.
We play by ear,
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I just had my early trades on Tesla. I'm happy to be slightly green on that, but nothing major. You ended up with well, finally PLTR worked for
Yeah,
you.
it did. Got 132. I don't think we might get any higher. I think it'll be a very big
God,
struggle. The way it's struggling here.
yeah.
Um,
AMD. Oh my God, AMD
we
is
did.
horrible. That's horrible.
Yeah, AMD's pretty bad here.
Coin.
Very, very choppy. Coin is beautiful, man. Look at this thing go.
Yeah.
164.83. We had that level. What is this? A daily? Where we got this from? Dun, dun, dun. A daily. Our daily level here in this area. We got support, resistance, a little bit of resistance right around here. But yeah, we're getting right to it right now on the daily. Look at that. 164.83. So just what a run, friends. What a run. Up 16% for the day and as low as 146.28 at the VWAP where a lot of you guys took it, 151. You're up $13 roughly on this thing if you took it at the VWAP and you have any shares left, right? Which I don't see why you wouldn't, because the way this thing is moving, it has not failed the 9 moving average. Like, there's no reason for you to get out of this unless you have a plan where, hey, at 4 hour I'm
Right.
taking everything off, right? That's a different story, you know. Hey man, I'm glad you're from India and all that, but please don't spam the chat. I don't want to block you. I want to be nice. We're day before Valentine's. You're putting hearts, you're making me melt, but I don't want to block you. So please stop. Be cool. Be kind. Don't spam.
What what price the market's going to close? I mean, heck, we don't know that.
Yeah, nobody knows that. You got a bet going
Yeah, we
on
don't know that.
with DraftKings.
Yeah.
You got a bet going on with DraftKings. You want the answer to? Ooh,
Yeah. We're, we don't know the answer to
we
that.
don't know the answer to that. No, no, no. Here we go. Here we
Coin looks
go.
like it's finally topped here. Now it's
Yeah,
pulled back a bit.
even PLTR is trying to turn around a bit. So I might bail on the rest here, friends. Let's see. Let's see. Our stop is down at previous day close. We got a lot of stuff to go through. VWAP, moving averages. I just don't think you got the high of the day now, high of the pre-market. We're testing right now the high of the pre-market. I just don't think we have the juice to continue. What is Market Atlas telling us? Let's go there. It's actually looking a little bearish, down to 130. So yeah, it looks like PLTR is giving up. PLTR is folding. Oh man, glad we got a chance to take some off of this. Very, very good.
Coin finally, yeah, did make the turn.
Yep. I'm 6 minutes behind, but to see the journal, click the new account on the top left in your journal. Yes, that's correct. You're asking me or telling me? How are you
Nick
6 minutes behind, by the way, Bats? You shouldn't be 6 minutes behind. Make sure you click,
No.
you should be 6 seconds, maybe at best, even less than that.
Yeah.
6 minutes is too far.
Make sure you hit the, what are you talking
the
about
live
behind
on the stream.
hit the live button.
Yeah.
Hit the live button.
Hit the live button. Make sure you're up to date.
I use level 2 and Atlas. Atlas is good to see the orders that are farther away. In the real short term, like what's immediately on the price action, I still use the level 2. You could just use Atlas. I mean, but it just depends on. I'm just so used to the level 2 that I haven't completely abandoned it yet.
All right, so you're not 6 minutes behind because you're answering pretty quickly. Gotcha. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks for the heads up. Yep, you're like 6 seconds or less. Good. Very good.
All right. I'm going to take a quick bio break. I'll be right back.
Sounds good. When Peter comes back, we'll do our funded account and we will get all set for the long weekend. Oh, okay. So you say you see the new journal. All right, so let me see. Okay, I see what you're saying now. So it's a way to look at the new journal. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, PLTR, see if it can hold the VWAP, but it looks like the fun might be over on PLTR. Peter was a good man. No, he took a break. He took a break. He'll be back. He will be back. And we'll be back and we'll do a funded account. Free-funded account for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. If you want to know how to join the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, you can do so by clicking join right on YouTube, right here on YouTube. Click join the channel membership. It's just basically the premium membership right here on YouTube. It is like $5 a month. Gets you access to videos that we have for exclusively for our members. A couple of perks here in chat. You get Peter emojis, as you see here, Android emojis. You get garbage trucks. You get all this fun stuff. Plus, you support the channel, so really appreciate you guys. So join, and you can be part of the giveaway when we do the hashtag funded account here. So Looks like a lack of buyers could be a bearish close. Yeah, or sideways. I mean, what is the SPY doing right now? We're still in the green, right? So it could just go sideways. I mean, it is very very choppy. It is a holiday weekend. It is a Friday, so the momentum could be out of it. MLEC looking to
Oh man,
do some
MLEC.
stuff. Yeah, and look at
I don't know.
maybe some.
That's the one we looked at this morning and
It's
rejected, right?
risky.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Look at it's already halted 4 times this morning. Yeah. No, thank you. Not for me. Oh, apparently they're coming over to bug me.
Yes, let's do
It's
it.
all right. Okay. Okay. I like it. Let's bug Peter.
Good. Sounds good. Nathan Stevens, welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. I see Andrew and Brian are up next, so we'll do the Lambos and we'll do the funded account right after this. Okay. We'll see how our friends did today. We'll get our stuff in the chat.
I'm waiting.
Hopefully.
I'm waiting for Andrew and Brian to come over and
Yeah.
bug me. Come on, try.
Yeah.
I dare you. See if I'm bugged.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
Morning, Andrew. How are you?
I am good, sir. How are you doing? You seem pretty happy, refreshed, lots of vitamin D.
Yeah, indeed. I'm nice and relaxed. I'm back. A choppy morning this morning to welcome me back, unfortunately. Unless you were trading coin. Coin was the only thing that.
Yeah. But did you get chopped up?
No, I traded Tesla short. I did make a little bit of money, so I'm slightly green, but not by much. Carlos ended up getting a good trade on PLTR, so we're both okay. I saw you were struggling with AMD. Man, AMD is ugly.
It was pretty. Tesla was also as well. Carlos, I shared my screen. If you can put it also in the chat, that would be nice.
I've been looking, Andrew, at this Egypt trip that you put together while I was gone. This looks fantastic. That's very exciting.
Do you know who put this together? Do you remember Faris, who put the TEDx talk for us? Yeah, he put it, and he's coming too. So he's from Egypt.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Wow.
Yeah,
it looks awesome. You got room for me?
Yeah, I would love to have you. Of course. I think it's going to be a very small group. I think Maury coming, I'm coming, and I'm going, and Efren and his partner is going. I think Cassie and his partner are going. I think Katie and there's a Bettina. The two ladies are coming, and I think that could be that's it. And Faris is coming, so it would be a very small group. I think it would be nice. Actually, it would be nice if it's about 10, 12 people. It would be. I think it's nice. The larger groups, like when you go to 30, 35, is a little bit tricky to move around, and we want to get these balloons and everything. So. But yeah, I'd love to come. I mean, I'm not closing it down, but I'm also not expecting 50 people. So it's also more expensive. It's also a very unique place, Egypt.
Right. Okay. Well, sounds
yeah,
good.
Welcome. Have you been to Egypt, Peter?
Never been.
Well, this is the best trip that you can do. Like we go to 4 cities, and there's a domestic flight also include all 5-star accommodations. And the price, because we go to a group, would be amazing. If you want to go to do this by yourself, would be way more expensive.
Right. Well, I like it. I'm gonna plan for it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're perfect. That's it. All right. So I was going to actually talk about the trades that I did and the P&L. So day trading was really negative. So every trade that I did was negative. I had this Microsoft puts that I closed both at 395 and 400. I was short, covered them. So the reason that I'm green actually today is because these two are but these all day trades were all really bad. So I got destroyed here. And you kind of see AMD. We really, we wanted to get this breakout toward to 210 long, added more, got stopped out one more time. And then last time we did nothing. Rivian was something that I was really excited about at the open. Obviously had the earning, it was gapping up, sold off, but it came back up. I went long, and seeing really there was some levels at 18 as well. I really was hoping to get an A+ breakout toward 18. It got stopped out, did it one more time, got stopped out, and I said, that's it. And That was my biggest loss. So Tesla, we did a couple of scalp on it. Eventually, one of them worked, but again, same thing. It was pretty choppy. So one time stopped out, second time stopped out, third time stopped out, and the last time just made some of the profit back. But still, it's just garbage. And it's just not an A plus
Chop,
setup.
chop,
It's flat, chopped off, chop list. Yeah,
chop, chop, chop. Yeah, it was choppy, choppy.
choppy, choppy. Yeah,
Not an easy day to trade. And I kind of thought
yeah.
it would be this way because it's, it is a Friday. We are going into a long weekend here. The markets are closed on Monday, so don't come looking for us on Monday morning. We will be doing other things, enjoying the time off. Yeah,
Yeah, other than that,
I'm
it's
also
pretty good.
Yeah, and
That was
I'm also red on the day. Just a couple of choppy trades that I got chopped up on. I did manage to make some money back on some SPY trades later in the session.
Yeah, SPY rallied and just coming down. IWM stayed strong, so small caps. Obviously, the inflation number came a little bit better. Instead of 2.5%, it came 2.4, which is really within the range of Fed's
Yeah,
target. US
well, it's getting
dollar
there.
did get down, dropped, but it's really coming back up. And then it seems that the traders are betting for more interest rate cut. Um,
Yeah, you can put up the SPY. I can show what
uh,
trades I did that were actually
what
worked
did you
out.
do?
Yeah, it was right around right after 10 o'clock where it started to break out to a new high 1010. We got a higher low, so I kind of like that pullback to the higher low around
This one.
10:05, and then when we started to push higher through the prior high, that's why I took that long, and that actually went right up to our to pre-market high, and that's I always have the pre-market levels marked on my chart, and that's where I took the profits.
Mhm.
And second trade was the one where we broke out to high of day, and that went right up to R3, and that's where I bailed on it at that point, and that was a good choice as well. So managed to get some green trades in.
So Brian, I go to again. I show the pre-market. So Brian is marking the high of pre-market somehow around here. And again, it's not down to the penny. It's roughly the high of pre-market around here. And what Brian is saying is that essentially he did two trades. One that obviously was, I think it was this pullback that you went long. So you got this to the higher pre-market, and then
And
another
I
pullback,
know,
and then you
yeah,
got this one. Yeah. And then
yeah,
R3 was around here. So, yeah.
yeah. R3 was almost. I always watch the cues when I'm trading the SPY because the cues, um, the technology sector makes up about a third of the SPY. So usually, if the cues are going up, the SPY is following. And on that second push, we literally on the cues went right to R3, and that's where we rejected, and that's where I had taken my position off. So always good to have these levels on your charts because they're usually areas either of support or resistance. Might going to be in a pullback at the very least, or a reversal. So in this case, this R3 it was kind of a reversal because now we're back into this choppy range here. Let's
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
what is we've got the next Fed meeting is in March. Let's see. I know there was the expectation was pretty low for a rate cut. Let's see if it's changed at all. We just look at the watch tool here. All right, so it's pretty much the same. Hasn't changed. A 92% chance, according to the CME, that they don't adjust the rates. See, next meeting after that's in April. Gets a little bit better, about 27% expectation of a rate cut at that point. 71% still no rate cut. I think we have to get out into June before a rate cut looks more positive. Double bottom on AMD, yeah, another pre-market or another market low, and now we're bouncing again. We're kind of bouncing back here now. Again, this is a really choppy day. One other thing that one of our other moderators mentioned in the room this morning: if you're trading and you get kind of chopped up and you end up red on the day, don't be aware that you can really get in a mindset that you need to take a whole bunch of other trades to try to get back to green. So you need to kind of resist that urge to go crazy trading to get back to green on the day. Just watch for your setups, and if you see one that's one of your trade book, take it, but don't be focused on getting back to green if you're red on the day.
Tesla's trying to come back. SPY is trying to come back.
Yeah. I'm liking TNA for an over the weekend hold here. TNA is ETF, small cap ETF.
What about
It's
Qs?
been
You don't like Qs? TQQ?
I think well, the problem with the Qs is the tech sector's really been under a lot of pressure. Whereas, as we were talking about already, the small caps are very sensitive to interest rates because they typically need to borrow money more than, say, large caps that are well funded. So they're more dependent on the debt markets. So if we got a positive number on CPI, so that's good for potential for rate cuts. So that's good for the small caps. But there's been a lot of disruption, a lot of a lot of concerns in various sectors about the impact that AI is going to have on some of these companies, like software. Software has really been taking a beating because everybody thinks AI is going to replace some of these software companies like CRM. I don't think it's entirely justified, but that's one example. But AI is potentially going to disrupt a lot of industries. So there's a lot, like the other one, the most recent one was the transportation. A lot of the transportation stocks got hit because of the potential for these self-driving trucks delivering goods. I'm not sure what the logic is behind that, because goods still need to get transported if you can do it cheaper by eliminating drivers and all the rest of that. Copper's already had a nice run up. It was running up with all the material stocks are running up: gold, silver, copper, platinum, some of the rare earths. See what FCX is, your Freeport McMoran. That's one of the premier gold and copper trades, and it's it had an amazing run up from end of November. Absolutely just tore from $42 to where it's trading now. It was actually up at almost $70. at the end of January. So it almost doubled between end of, those 2 months. But now everything, all these material stocks are kind of chopping in a range now.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Alrighty.
the build out on the data centers is driving a lot of this electrification of everything.
Brian, Nathan is here. Nathan, how are you, buddy? You're coming to Vegas next weekend. So
Correct. Yeah, I'm
we have
excited for it.
big meetup, live trading, presentations. Me, Thor, Nathan, Brian, Mike, and John might come. So if anyone
Thanks,
wants to
Russ.
come on show Vegas 22nd to 25th, our events are 23rd and 25th. Just Google up, look it up, and you can find it. And so we do live trading, we have Atlas presentations, and we have a panel discussion as well. So we hope we can see as many as you guys. I think about like 50, 60 people are already in the live trading session. So I'm super excited.
Oh, wow. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I was
Awesome. Yeah.
actually super. I asked them how many people, because you have to register for that. I think they said like, I think a few weeks ago was like about 42, 43. So hope that it can get by 60. All right, guys, I gotta hand it over to Nathan, and all the
Okay.
best, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good long week.
Yep.
Monday is a holiday. Happy Valentine's
Yep.
Day to you and your loved ones, and we'll see you Tuesday morning sharp.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have a good weekend, everyone. Enjoy your extra day off. Nathan, have a good long weekend.
You too, Brian. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. How is
Nathan, my
everybody out
man,
there?
how you doing today?
Hey, what's up, Carlos?
Doing good, brother. Doing good.
I'm
I'm
good.
just gonna
I'm
quickly
good.
check in here real quick and do the funded account, and then I'll let you to it,
Yeah,
man.
we got a
So
giveaway to do.
yes, do our
Oh,
funded
nice.
hashtag funded. Let's give that away, and then we will. I'm just setting it up here.
Carlos, I see you entered. I see a Carlos M in here. I see that you entered. Does that mean I can
Yo,
enter
yeah.
too?
Oh, you can if you're part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend, you can get in, but you gotta be subscribed. Even the moderators don't get special treatment, so I had to join.
No.
Like, yeah, I had to join, so I'm like, all right, I'll join. So I ended up joining. So I get pay the $5. I could even comment on like the
I mean, that's
videos,
not bad.
like the specific videos. Yeah, I get it, but I made the video. Like I made the video, I put it up there. I can't even comment unless I'm a member. So this doesn't make any sense. All right, I'm a disconnect from chat. Like
It's
Gary,
$5
do
a
his
month. I
thing
mean,
there.
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's like $5 a month. It's cheap. But I just found it funny that YouTube doesn't even let the moderators comment on the videos that I made that I uploaded to the channel. I'm a moderator. Like, nope, you got to be Lambos and Garbage Truck member.
It's funny.
I found that funny. All right, all right, guys, hashtag funded. Get in there. We're going to do it 112 entries on this day before Valentine's. Everybody's in. Okay, here we go. The winner for today is going to be 3, 2, 1. Goes to LKNPQAN. That's probably a bot. So the bot won. Say something. Give us something, LKNPQ8N. Congratulations to you. You are the winner. So email us, carlos@bearwithtrace.com, and we will get you all set up. So we'll verify that you're not a robot. I'm sure it's not, but just in case. There it is. Krishna is my name. So you go. Not a robot. Okay. All right, friends. I mean, that's exactly what a robot would say, though.
That is what they would say. I'm not a robot.
I'm not a robot, and here's my name. But congratulations, Krishna, and email me, carlos@bearwithtrace.com. Here's my email address, and we'll get you all set up, man. Brother, what's going on? How are you?
Good. How about both of you? What have you been trading today?
Actually, finally, we had PLTR actually broke out. I'm still in it. I'm still surviving.
Nice.
So here it is. It came right down to our break-even point. I'm still in it. I'm getting tired of watching it though. I already took a partial here, partial here. I might take the rest out here. and just be done with it. Or I might just put, I'll probably put a range order or something. But it's been pretty boring the last couple of minutes here. So
Do you throw in trailing stops, or you just like to find those areas to keep that
you know what,
that stop in there?
So here's the thing. I haven't done a trailing stop in a long time, and I'm probably will screw it up because I have done that where you put the wrong price in the wrong locations and you screw it up, and it just gets you out before the time that it needs to, right? So I've done that too many times. I rather just on the trailing style. I rather just do a range. 'Cause I know how to do it a little bit better. Or just get out. You know. Let me
Yeah.
let me get you
Yeah.
in here properly. You got your screen up as well?
Yeah, I do. I can redo
Okay.
it if you want me to.
No, hold on.
Are you finding it?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. I just got to put you in the right places here. Put you here. Got double Nathan today. Let me just make sure. There's
You
your
could have kept
screen.
Peter's face up there with him just
With a
smiling.
thumb up.
But it,
Kind of
yeah, he
crazy
is.
to have
It
him for
stalled
the whole
out.
show.
It's funny.
Down here like this for the whole show.
Yeah, I like
Look
it.
at that. Oh
Somebody needs to
man.
screenshot that and make a meme or
Yeah,
make
that
something out of that. That's pretty awesome.
I will definitely take a screenshot of that. We'll do something with that. All right, my friend. Have a great session, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Guys, have a fantastic holiday weekend. If I don't talk to you over in chat, remember we are off on Monday, so enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. Onboarding class is still happening.
That's it.
Monday, right? So Monday, 8 p.m. Excuse me. We're still doing our onboarding class, so join us for that. So take care, friends.
Yeah, and then this weekend, man, Mardi Gras, Friday the 13th, Valentine's Day, and is it President's Day? That's this weekend? It's
Yeah,
crazy. It's a big
yeah.
weekend. So how's everybody out there? What have you guys been looking at in trading? What's been good to you guys today? I tried a short on RTY, didn't get it, and I don't know if I will try another trade. Right now it's up at R4 though, but I don't know. It looks pretty strong. I don't know if I want to take this trade or not. But we could check it out. But let's see, M and Q, nice. Yeah, I missed you guys too. I've been working hard, trying to get some stuff done. And our garage is a disaster and it's driving me absolutely crazy. We had to get the springs on our garage door fixed, and it took the guy like 6 weeks to come back out and do it. And the garage is a total disaster, and it's driving me crazy. So that's going to be my weekend. Shorting INTC off R4, nice. FSLY. Yeah, have a great weekend, Richard. No trading today. Yeah, it's AA. It's yeah, these choppy markers are kind of starting to drive me a little bit crazy too. Um, it's just really hard to trade. It's you get kind of just swings in both ways, sometimes out of nowhere. It's like, why is it bouncing there? Why is it reversing there? And then it's just a pullback. It's kind of, VWAP has been very attractive though lately to pretty much everything. I'm even looking at NQ right now, and it is just stuck to VWAP. I mean, look at all these, it gets a little bit away and then it comes back. And we were talking about this in P Capital yesterday when we were doing live trading, that when markets get, choppy, low volatility, low volume, VWAP just becomes like a magnet. Like it just can't get very far away from VWAP, and then it comes right back to it. And they'll just hang around under, over, push a little way, come right back to it. And then when you get, two cams, so we've got two cams right here, a monthly S4 and an R3, we could likely just chop VWAP to these cams for hours, just chop, 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 and really go nowhere. And then all of a sudden it'll just break out or sell off. Fun stuff. But yeah, it's been frustrating for me too. So I feel you. RTY lower range. RTY just didn't respond well enough to R3. So I was trading it around this point, and it looked like it started to want to go, and it was looking good. It was selling off and pushing, but this kind of makes me a little concerned with it getting into R4. But we'll watch it. We'll see. Let's see if we can get something. I just don't know. I just don't know if I would be too convinced. So definitely need a couple tests just to convince me that this might be the sell-off point. But I'm actually not going to look. I wouldn't look for a large move off of R4 either. Just it's not, it's looking pretty strong and it's holding pretty good bullish price action. So it would be tough to try to trust that R4 is really going to make a difference. Yeah, Jason, same here. Got stopped out on that one too. Let's see. Patiently long NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA, man, what a sell-off. Holy cow. That's nuts. Did Tesla sell off too? Yeah, well, Tesla did yesterday. It's trying to hold the bottom though. Let's see. CRWV caught it upwards. Nice. You went long on RTY? That was the trade though. I mean, it's looking really strong. It's looking really bullish. It's putting in some really good bullish price action. That's for sure. Let's see. Oh, did I say garbage door? I said garage door. It takes like 1 hour. I know, and he said he would have it done in a week. He would order it and have it done in a week, but it was 5 weeks later. And I was like, okay, my garage is a disaster and because I was putting up shelving on the ceiling. We put up storage shelves on the ceiling, but they're by the garage doors, so I couldn't put them up because he didn't want me to put them up because they would be in his way. And then he took 5 weeks, so everything is just scattered all over the garage because I was trying to rearrange it and put those up. Let's see. What does the yellow and red colors in Atlas indicate? AA, the yellow, are you talking about right here on the order book? This is, if you're looking at the yellow and red here, that's on this side, this is the color scale. So with Atlas, you get your large orders are going to be the hot end of your color scale. So your reds, your oranges, your yellows, down to your opaque. Your medium size orders are going to be your light blues and whites. And then you're going to go down that colder end of the color scale to your darker shades of blue to dark blue or gray here. And those are going to be the smallest orders on the book. So the color scale just allows you to easily pick out the large orders on the book just in a visual sense that make it a lot easier rather than having to track everything and trying to track the nodes. I mean, you can see how fast these orders are moving, but it's a lot easier just to track what's going on there on the actual color scale than it is just to try to pay attention to the nodes over here and how they're moving in and out. Why is this? It's not the book isn't looking that great with 50. Okay, that's a lot better. It was just moving so fast. I was like, what is going on? So NVIDIA big dog orders at 182. Let's see. So is NVIDIA trying to find a bottom? That ain't it. Wait. Why did my chart look weird? Huh, for some reason I'm not getting data OA, but it says NVIDIA. That's I don't know what that would be for NVIDIA. I mean it's trying to respect S3. It keeps pushing down, but on the 1 minute highs, it starts to really buy and push up. It just can't hold. That lower low and holding under VWAPs would be a little concerning. Like this should have held on to VWAP. Is that R3 though? No. That's S3. So this is a little concerning if this didn't hold on VWAP and make a higher high. And it came down, made a new low. Starting to try to retrend to the top side, but let's see if we get this buyer here. Let's actually watch this. This might be pretty good price action. We had some great price action we watched yesterday at Peak Capital though, live. I think we were watching MU, and MU had a lot of really nice price action yesterday. And let me bring more in here. I want to turn that sensitivity down. That's good. Yeah, that book is stacked lower though. Let's see. Let's check. Let's look a little further up the book. Let's go like 10. Yeah, we're still stacked to the downside. So we need this ladder, these orders starting to build at least within, like a white. I'd like to see these starting to build. I mean, they're a lighter blue, but I'd like to see these start to build into a white. How we have down here, more towards that middle end of the color scale. They're close. I can see the nodes through here that they're close, but I'd like to see those build up a lot more. Okay, here's our test. Test into S3. That's our first new 1 minute high, but this sucks. this volume needs to be ramping. We need to be taking the elevator up, and we're taking the stairs currently. Yeah, there's some absorption right there. Another kick down. So this isn't showing that this S3 cam is active right at this point. It may need to go lower. The cam may be active more down in this area. It may need to still go lower back into here and test and get that 1 minute high. But for a 1 minute high, if you're looking for this cam to be activated and start to impact price action, this is not the type of price action you're looking for. That's a little bit better, but that volume needs to be more like this right here. Or even something like this. It would be nice if it could match this candle here. So you know you have about the same amount of buying that you had selling coming in, and you don't. So now in the re-offer, we need to watch this 1 minute low. But this area down here, retested this area, this may be the spot versus where it's at right now, right off of S3. It may just be slightly off. That cam may be waiting down here more. So I would watch it. I'd see if it can come back and push. And then it needs to start doing this with taking the elevator up and getting that volume to push. Let's see. Oh, nice job, Helga. Awesome. Which browser is best for Atlas? I just use what is that, Explorer? That's what I use for it. I haven't actually tried Firefox or Chrome or any of the other ones. I've just always used the default Explorer. I don't know. I don't even know if that's the best one to always use, but that's just the one I've used. But it works fine. I haven't seen any issues with any other browsers or heard of issues with any other browsers, so it seems to work. So I'm curious what happens on this low if the elevator starts to drop here. Let's see. Hey, Lisa, how are you? Oh, you sent me some messages in Discord. I need to respond. I'm so sorry. I haven't actually looked at Discord in a while. I've been not very good at looking at social media stuff and going into other things. Yeah, I've been just busy trying to get outside and enjoy as much skiing as I can since we don't have much snow, trying to get to whatever I can in. Let's see. I took a partial at R3. Nice. How do you differentiate between distribution and absorption? Let's see. I'm trying to think what would be a good answer. How to between distribution and absorption. I guess so. A lot of times when you're getting into, let's go back to RTY. So RTY getting into R4, we're kind of anticipating some distribution to go on at R4 anyway. Since our move, did we bounce off S4 today? No, we didn't quite get to S4. Let's see. No, we got central pivot. But off an extension, a strong move like this, right off the bottom, great pivot, really good bullish price action. You know, former ceilings become new floors, former ceiling, new floors. You know, we're testing the top of that, really holding. Anytime you get into the top, especially on a little pullback, you're expecting some distribution to go on here anyway, because right here we tick into there. So let me bring up RTY. So there's going to be people selling. So you're going to get some of that distribution just from them selling into this area and in, to the algorithm just itself. And then once you get up into it, you start ticking, maybe you get a little bit higher. When the algorithm starts to become reactive, it's going to absorb any type of buying to push higher anyway. So you're going to get people selling. You're going to get algorithms that are absorbing, especially that CAM. That CAM is going to want to absorb all of those orders so it can start to push lower. It can start to overwhelm the buyers and push through the lows to start stopping them out. So you're going to get a little bit of both. But what you want to look for when you're looking for absorption, if you're wanting to read the candles, is and the VPA. Let's see. Let me see if I can find some good absorption candles. There's not really a good one there. What were we just looking at? Let's see. We're looking at NVDA. Trying to see if I could find something that went into. This isn't bad, but I don't like the volume. There we go. When you get a candle like this, you've got a strong bullish move. You're putting in good volume. pushing higher, pushing higher. You get a candle like, well, that volume sucks. Man, so you get a candle like this, but you get higher volume in it, especially. But this is still pretty good absorption. You know, we had the buying that was absorbed here. We had pretty strong buying getting into that area. Tried to push higher. We couldn't because there was a seller here that absorbed all that buying and started to push lower. To really get a good feel of absorption and really strong absorption, you would want this volume to be, you know, quite a bit more to really show you that there's an aggressive seller there. That wasn't a ton. We were falling off a little bit as we got here, but these kind of candles really indicate absorption. When you start getting in, we'll go back to RTY. If you're just getting normal candles, not a lot of volume, topping wicks, you know, just some selling going on there, then this could be a good candles like this, you know, some candles like that. That's a little bit of absorption there. But these nice big candles just ticking into an area, maybe they become a little bit smaller, you get some selling. Like this would be a good indication that we're just distributing into there, people taking profit. You know, candles like this, what you're looking for with that absorption though, and this is why we want these, you know, anomalies like these small tight candles with lots of volume. It indicates the absorption that is happening there, that somebody's making decisions, somebody's standing in front of these buyers, you know, to say no. No, you're not going any further, and we're going to absorb everything that you're going to try to push through. So on your time in sales, as you start to push in here, and even here on Atlas, you're going to see a lot of green dots going into an area. You're going to see a lot of green dots. They're pushing. Your time in sales, you know, those buy prints are coming through really quickly, but price isn't going anywhere. Like you have minimal movement. There's somebody there that is absorbing any type of that buying. Buyers are trying to push higher. They're trying to buy higher, but they're not going anywhere. So that's why when you're looking at playing a cam, you want, you know, small candles, pivot candles with lots of volume, topping tails with lots of volume. That indicates that absorption is going on. If you're getting nice big candles like this, and then you're getting, you know, lower volume on the pullback, and then you push, still nice big candles, but maybe you grind through that area. That could be the indication that you're just getting some distribution, you know, similar to this, kind of going into the high, but still getting nice big candles, volume still coming in. Just as you tick higher, people are selling. You know, this would be indication of distribution. Something like this with that volume, that would be the indication that you have some absorption going on there. And then especially this kind of move after, where you can't even make a new 1 minute high, you just keep pushing lower as that bid gets pushed lower. That's your indication you have some absorption going on right off of this area, right in front of R4. So this should catch your attention. If you're looking at taking a short at R4, this kind of candle going in here, that could kind of be the first little stopping point where that algorithm says, okay, now I'm coming into play, but now I just need it to get a little higher, and I just need to start seeing this happen again, but after it ticks into R4 to start selling off. Let's see. Brave browser, they're the same unless you are a nerd. I am a nerd, Chris, so you know I'm always for nerdy things, but computer softwares like make me aggravated. Let's see. Use Chrome. Chrome is decent. Okay. Today is weird for VPA. Yeah, I mean the VPA analysis has kind of been weird all the time. It's you'll break into an area like the one thing in Q that I've seen that it has been dealing with, and ES has been similar with this, is it really struggles to make and hold any new high. Like even 1 minute highs just get hit. The bid just gets slammed. It'll make a new 1 minute high, and then as soon as it does, that bid immediately gets slammed and almost immediately pushes into a new 1 minute low. And then that new 1 minute low will immediately get absorbed and then pushed into a new 1 minute high. And it's literally just that back and forth. Just back and forth, absorption on both sides, and you start to get stuck into a range. And then maybe the range expands out like $10 or $20. And then it you know, and then it decreases $10 or $20. And it's just like, here's some tiering coming on for RTY. So it looks like they're tiering in orders to try to bring this back up to the top. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the algorithm. I mean, look how straight that is. It's like a trend line. That algorithm is just tearing these orders in to try to pull this back up. But I mean, look again here, back to VWAP, just like we were talking about. Right back to VWAP. We try to push, make a new high, and then we get shoved right back down, shoved right back down. And you can see the struggle here to move higher, and then how quickly we took the elevator back down to VWAP. And guess what I'm expecting to happen the rest of the day? this exact same thing all day long. You may break a little bit higher here, but as soon as you break this high, you're going to get pushed back down to VWAP. If you break this high, you might get pushed back down to VWAP again. Then you break this one, pushed back down to VWAP. And now you're stuck with these cams hanging over the top. Yeah, this is looking like a chop fest again. And the other thing I noticed about NQ and ES too, it'll find a bottom around like the afternoon, like maybe noon or something. It'll find a bottom and then it looks like it wants to buy up and then it starts this choppy mess. It'll break a little bit higher and then it gets pushed back down almost to the low. And then it finds the bottom again, grinds back up, trying to make new high, and then it gets pushed back down into the low. It's just crazy. It's hard to read with who's in control because this looks like buyers are in control, but immediately push into here, get a little bit of a high, and sellers come right back in. And now we're bouncing off VWAP again. And taking trades bouncing off VWAP, this wouldn't be, I wouldn't recommend trying to just do this and seeing what you can get because you're just going to get frustrated as you start to get chopped out. It'll break this high, it'll probably break the low, break this low, hit VWAP, maybe make another low, then break up through the high, hit VWAP, break through the high, hit VWAP, and then make another low. And I'm just kind of expecting us to stay stuck right here around VWAP all day. Let's see. At least stocks I was watching, yeah. I mean, if you got NVIDIA early this morning, I mean, that would have looked like it would have been a good move. But, if we all would have known that, I think we all would have taken that trade. Let's see. Shooting towards VPA, wonder if that'll pull NVIDIA to 182. The NVIDIA was looking at 182 yesterday, I believe. I feel like it's been stuck at 182. 182 has been like a magnet for NVIDIA. We were looking at this peak capital yesterday, and somebody was talking about 182 was kind of the area they were. Yeah, see what I mean? This still, even on NVIDIA, this still isn't a good reaction. This buying needs to be more in this area like this. It needs to be closer to here and not this. This still is not ready to buy. It's not showing any indication that it's really wanting to move up. And like you said, 182 is down there, and that's right near monthly S4. I mean, that may be the bottom or a better place to look, but this isn't really much of an indication that the cam. Okay, it's looking a little better, but still not great. I'd want another retest, and I don't know. It's not convincing me that this would go. It's convincing me that it would maybe grind up slowly, get pushed back down, make new lows, make new highs, then hit VWAP and get stuck here all day and maybe start pushing back down. But it's more than likely to get stuck right here between this cam and between VWAP all day. And that's not much. It's like only $1. Someone with a lot of money wants to hit that price. I'm sure they do. They probably have some target there. That and no, 182.50 would be an option area for NVIDIA, but I'm trying to think, 182, yeah, it'd be 182.50 and 180 would be the options areas. Thinking maybe it was an option area. Somebody had some there. Yeah, you're welcome, Russ. Let's see. Atlas bubbles say X contracts bought or sold. What does that mean? That just means the amount that was in that trade. So if you look at the bubble and you want to know how big that trade was, you can look on there. Actually, it's only giving, oh, there it did. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, so we just have to follow it. But it'll give you the exact amount on that trade. It's just hard to follow and read. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you just got to keep it on there and track it really. This will be really good for your hand-eye coordination if you're just wanting to sit here and work on something. If you want to work on your cursor coordination with your hand and your mouse. Let's see. So isn't it that you can't sell without someone buying it? No, that's not true. The market makers do want somebody on the other side, but they can go to their inventory if they need to fill that order in certain cases. But most generally they would want someone on the other side of that trade. Okay, that volume's looking better there, but now it's running. So that's why coming back and retesting and seeing if this volume can get a lot better off that push. But like I said, I won't be surprised if VWAP can come back down. But are the green bubbles a transaction at the ask and red bubbles a bid? No. So green bubbles would just be buy trades. So you can have buy trades on the bid. You know, if you have someone that's wanting to buy and you push into there, then those buy trades, you know, if the market maker wants to take that from that inventory, that can be a green bubble on that bid. So you could buy off the bid. I buy off the bid all the time. If I'm going long, I hit the bid. I don't mark it in, I'll hit the bid instead. So you can buy off the bid, you can sell off the ask. It's just indicating that was a buy trade or a sell trade. Just like well, I guess the prints would come through if you have them at the ask and at the bid. So that would be a little bit different on that side. Let's see. Tesla breakout. Let's see. I don't know. Is Tesla doing Tesla things? It looks like it's doing Tesla things today. Okay, here's the high. Oh yeah, right into S3. And something just to be aware of if you are trading and any cam, which is why the opening is so important with Thor's system. Any cam you can get selling on the bottom side. So and any cam you can get buying on the top side. You can get, you know, if you push down, so we're at monthly S3 here. Staying on the bottom side of S3, we could get selling there. We could get a lot of resistance in that cam. So if you're a breakout trader, just be aware of where the cams are on your chart and knowing that even if you're going into S3, you're like, oh, we buy off S3. Well, we buy off S3 coming from the top side down into S3. We don't buy underneath. That's why the opening is so important. It's important you open above S3 and test. Because on any cam as well, even R3, on the top side, you can get support. So if you're trading and trading momentum and you're trading into a cam, just be aware of that you might have some resistance and you really need to get that momentum and that break and that volume through there to hold over the top of it and then coming back and retesting may be, you know, a good area for an ad if you start to push. But, you know, just like you're seeing here, right into monthly S3, you can get that resistance on the bottom side going into the cams in pretty much any cam. Let's see. Small scalp build, nice. Let's see. But, you know, Tesla just pulling back here and won't be surprised if it pulls back to VWAP and gets stuck here for a little bit. Yeah, NQ tried to make a high. Now the bid's getting pushed down. But that's some good absorption right there. Yeah, okay, here's absorption. That right there, that's how you look at absorption. That kind of wick, this kind of V-shaped pattern, that kind of volume, that's your absorption signal. That's your big buyer signal right there. That somebody's holding that price in there. That's really nice. And look at this. Look how this bid was attacked and just pushed down, pushed down, pushed down. All the volume, most of that volume on that candle came right in this area, right there, and then it pushed back up. And that's why I don't agree with the theory that most of the volume in a candle is in the body. I mean, when you get wicks like that, most of that candle's probably going to be in that wick. That was a hard push down. That's really, really good absorption and a push back up, but can it hold? Then it makes a new 1 minute high there and immediately gets pushed back down, which is kind of what we've been seeing. Like this should have resulted in a new high most other days, but just with this choppy market, I mean, it immediately gets pushed down. It looks like it's trying to get pushed down into a new 1 minute low. NQ is trying to break back into that area. Let's take a look at NQ. Let's see if I can see what I've been or show you what I've been talking about. Wow, look at that absorption. Nice. Let me just see. Please go up. You want to add to your short. Let's see. Partial. Out NVIDIA. Yeah, it's probably just going to chop. Oh man, that's not good. Let me go to 100. There we go. And why does it do this? Sometimes it resets this. Okay, that's better. So that's a nice candle for a breakout over the high, getting into here. But then we don't offer and push lower. Let's see. I want to see if I can show you how this bid is just getting held down and kind of attacked. Okay, right there. Watch this bid. So this green line here on my chart, I've got the spread. Let's zoom in here a little bit. I've got the spread on my 1 minute candlestick chart that I use for my main chart for trading because I want to see when we offer into areas, like who's trying to take control, who's really attacking one side, and watch how when the ask here lifts back up, that bid gets immediately hit and pushed lower. Like there is something right now that is holding that bid down. There's an algorithm that is holding this bid down and will not let it lift. Anytime this ask is trying to lift, it is attacking the bid and dropping the bid aggressively. So there's a lift. It's trying to hold the bid down. Okay, now we're coming back in with buyers. That's pretty good absorption right there. What we were seeing on that low, that bid, I'm trying to see if it can happen again. Let's see. Come on, don't make a liar out of me. Because there's times where this bid will just get forced down. Okay, they're trying to push it down now. Okay, see how the ask is starting to lift up, but that bid immediately gets hit aggressively. So ask is lifting, bid gets hit. Ask is lifting, bid gets hit. And when you start watching this, especially on new 1 minute highs, it starts to get really aggressive. New 1 minute highs immediately get pushed and try to push a new 1 minute low. Well, this bid just aggressively gets pushed down. This is the kind of choppiness that I've just been reading lately, and it's just so frustrating to kind of get a read of who's in control because it really looks like buyers are trying to take over here. Then we get to the top and sellers immediately push a 1 minute low. Tick another high, immediate 1 minute low. Tick another high, immediate 1 minute low. Okay, there's a high. Let's see what happens. And then I watch here, and I'm watching the spread and how it jumps out and how the trades are coming in. There's a lot of buy trades coming there, but somebody is really trying to hold that bid down again. So do we get another 1 minute high? Is this immediately going to go into a low? And if it goes into a low, they will shove the price down. Okay, fighting back a little bit. But even so we start to tick up, that bid almost immediately gets pushed back down. So there's a high. Let's see what happens. There it is. Yeah. Again. And this is just kind of what I've been seeing. Any type of like break into a new high, this bid just gets pushed lower aggressively. It's frustrating. Let's see. Hey, Nathan, I'm watching MES move towards R3, but the overall trend is bullish. On days like today, is it better to avoid charts like this? I just want to see if there's a reversal, but it keeps buying. Yeah, and it keeps chopping too. Let's see. We'll need to see. I was hoping this would immediately make that 1 minute low and that bid would get attacked again, but it looks like we're getting some pretty good absorption from the buyers. Oops. Yeah, I mean, look how choppy this is. I would expect some sort of reaction there at R3. So I would expect some sort of reaction there at R3, but you need more confirmation than just one test. 2 or 3 at least. 3 if you really want to be careful, but I would expect some sort of reaction because we've been getting a lot of reaction pretty much at any cam on the bottom side. So I would expect some sort of reaction. Yeah, see, here we go. Look, there's the immediate high in there, and then look how forceful that bid's being held down now. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Trying to break into a new high, and then we immediately lose 40 points. Right, but this is, and then we push that low, open, and buyers immediately absorb and push back up. That this is just the crap we've been trading in. But I would expect some sort of reaction. I even have an alert there to try to check it out and read it a little bit. But I would expect a reaction, but you just need more confirmation. You need more than one to be convinced right now, for sure. So you should get a big reaction. You should get a big push down like that with a lot of volume. That bid should be being forced down. You're looking at Atlas like we were looking at NQ, how that bid was just being forced down and held down. You're going to want to see that pretty aggressively. You're going to see a lot of volume. And then another test back up into that area. You need to at least see it one more time and maybe 2 more times after you see it the first time, because we have been getting a lot of test and dumps into off of cams. So, there's been a lot of multiple tests, a lot of days there's multiple tests, and getting R3 to VWAP would actually be a pretty good trade. It's just so choppy. You just be prepared for it to chop you to death. Just, try to keep your entry tight. If you get stopped out, be willing to take, another entry higher. What do you have up there? Monthly S3. But be able to stop out with a tight stop and be able to get back in you can probably take at least 2 trades off of, you'd have a normal stop. You can get a really tight one. That would be a possibly good trade. But, looking down to VWAP, it could get pulled back down there. But you're just going to want to watch for something like this for buyers just to come in on some area and start pushing price back up. But let's see what happens here on a new high. Yeah, we're testing into there, ticking into there. And every time we tick in, we make new lows. Tick in, make new low, tick in, make new low, tick in, make new low. It's crazy. Let's see. Nathan, why are so many stocks seeming to not trade of their own, but linked to SPY like the Tesla absorption candle was? Is anybody looking at RVol lately? I haven't looked at RVol in a long time. Has the RVol been low? I don't know if Carlos looks at RVol. I don't know if he's listening right now and he can say if RVol has just been kind of really low on things. You'll get that if you trade in the summer, you will get that all the time because volatility's low, volume's low, movement's low, and everything will just trade together with the market. It just all comes in together. So you'll get a lot of that. And one of the reasons I've kind of gone away from stocks is, getting a good trade on Apple, but then Tesla likes to be bipolar and, my trade's short, everything's selling off, the market's selling off, but then Tesla just goes wild and, runs $50 in one 30-minute candle and takes me out of my trade. And so I've just started to just read the markets rather than trading individual stocks because you always have to have your head on a swivel when you're trading stocks and looking at, coordinating ETF tickers or, the SPYs and Qs and kind of watch everything else and make sure you know what's going on overall so that you're getting that move and you can still anticipate that move. And if something goes and runs, then, what are you going to do then if it starts to bring the market and how are you going to manage your trade with that? So it's a lot. It's a lot to kind of look at. It's a lot to be aware of. Let's see. Play it up, play it down, play it all around. Nice, Chris. I like that. Yeah, choppiness is your playground. Man, I wish it was mine. 22 all over again. Is that it? I can't remember 22 too much. How it was then. Started a small short NVDA, let it bounce and all that. Nice. You watch RVol, Corey. How's the RVol been lately? Has RVol been a little bit low for some things? I guess we're starting to get into that period where it's been choppy enough that the 14 period RVol would kind of be consistent in, about the 100% or a little bit later, but AMD 69%. Yeah, if you get an RVol like that, then you can definitely expect it to just chop around and really just follow the market. Really, it looks like AMD is stuck in a range, and if the market like breaks out on a small run, AMD will run with it a little bit. And then see, again, new high immediately into rejected. But this is the choppiness we've been dealing with. A high into here, VWAP rejected, get a high into here, rejected, get a high into here, rejected, and now stuck to VWAP with low RVol. So yeah, it's frustrating, but if you get into a trade, this is the kind of stuff you're just going to have to expect and have to deal with, unfortunately. Let's see, is NQ trying to break that high? Tick into this high. Here it is again, almost to the same dollar. We ticked into that high and then immediately pushed lower. So yeah, it's rough. But this is just what you have to watch for. Just know, okay, we're going to tick into a new high. We may get $10 on NQ, but then we're probably going to lose 50. And then we'll push back and maybe gain 10 or 20 and then lose like 50 or 60 and then tick again into, so you got to just kind of be aware and watch. But yeah, this is, still good absorption and everything down here, but you would have expected this to break at least up, into here, at least into 900. I would have thought this would at least broke into 900 and ticked in and rejected, but right to it. Let's see what happens here. So what I'm curious about is when the ask literally hits like into 890, who starts to become aggressive? Do we start to just kind of take a small elevator up and just hit 900, which is what I'm expecting? Or does this bid immediately get tacked and dropped and forced lower? Right now, that bid's getting held down. And I'm wanting to see if you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay, here's a push. Oh, right there. Do you see that bid get slammed right there? Ticked back up and immediately got slammed. Yeah, they're trying to hold the bid down again. And we got what, maybe 25 cents out of that. And then it immediately got tacked. Okay, here's another tick in. And then the bid gets hit. So this is what I'm talking about. Another tick in, but that bid immediately gets hit. We can't make another dollar out of that. So that's kind of what I watch. I watch that ask to tick into the high, and then I'm watching to see what happens on that bid. And it's trying to tick high, but they're also trying to hold that bid down. So let's see if we get one more. Okay, there's another tick higher. All right, that one's, oh, and then, oh, you see that selling right there though that hit? They're really trying to make it hard. Okay, that's what I would have expected here. So let's see. They didn't even get to 900. Man, they held it right in. Let's see what happens with 900. But I'm hoping you guys can see a little bit with what I'm talking about and what we're dealing with how aggressive that bid gets attacked and pulled down. Just a small break into a new high. This is why it's making it so difficult for us to move anywhere. Let's see if we get a hit into 900. Ooh, man, they ticked right into it and immediately slammed the bid. All right, buyers are trying to take control a little bit. There's a break over 900. All right, now we're squeezing a little bit. This is more of what we had been watching and expecting before this choppiness hit. At least kind of the break through the high, volume coming in, and some sort of expansion. It's the first kind of bullish price action I've seen all day. Because when this ask ticks into that high, if buyers are being aggressive, you should see a lot of green dots coming in, and it should be lifting because buyers are lifting and buying and higher, and you start to just kind of push in through. But there we take another high, and we get pushed back down. Let's see. Let me get back to the question. Sorry, I got behind. Let's see. 14-day R-ball. Well, 14 period R-ball, pretty much the same thing. Don't pay attention to R-ball. Momentum price action. Yeah. Depends on the difference. Is high volume being sold into or sell? Let's see. Nathan, sorry, I'm going to try to hijack the discussion for the next little while. Yeah, that's fine. Here's the challenge. What last-ditch effort should I try before throwing the towel on 5+ years of trying trading? So there are periods when you are trading that you are going to have to go through a grind. You're going to have to go through the grind. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to go through the motions. But I think sim is going to be your friend here. You know, going into sim and finding, are you just having an issue finding a strategy? Are you having an issue, you know, not being able to read price action? Is the market shifts really getting to you? You know, what is the thing that's holding you back? You know, what's holding you back from really being successful with it? And tackle that. Is it a personality, a character trait? You know, you angry at losses, like too emotional with things going on. What is it that is holding you back? You know, is it you? Is it something emotional? And be honest, like about that with yourself. There are things, if you are going to be a trader and you are going to make this happen, you are going to have to become a better person, period. You're going to have to tackle character flaws. You're going to have to tackle things you may store deep inside you emotionally that you never wanted to think about or deal with again. Those things are going to come out in any type of emotion or issues that you previously had. Trading is going to enhance it. Like those things are going to come out and they're going to come after you, and you have to deal with them and overcome them. And that is one of the most difficult things for people to realize and do. Yeah, there we go, attacking the bid. And a lot of people can't do it. They just don't want to. But you're going to have to. I did. There were times I took time away from trading just to deal with things about me maybe I didn't like, you know, character flaws, dealing with emotions, and taking care of that before I could come back to trading and trade. They would creep up in on me. They would take control, and I would start to recognize that, and then I would go and take care of it and deal with it. And you're going to have to do that. So is it a personal, emotional thing, or is it something with the strategy? Like the strategy just isn't working, or it works in one market and it doesn't work in another. So you've never been successful So big loss Hulk days. So that the big loss Hulk days definitely tells me a lot. Erases wins, always down. Thor system does not work for me, even with pivot alerts. I mean, it shouldn't. It's not necessarily that it should be so easy. I mean, don't think that it should be easy. It can be easier once you start to get things down and once you start to look at things. I would go and if you're just trading stocks and you have a big watch list or whatever, just read, I would just go and watch the Qs and SPY. Or if you want to look at futures, you could watch, NQ and ES or MNQ and MES and just have two. Those are the only two you're watching. And they have personalities. Like they have personalities with how they move, how they trade, and how they get into areas and how they react to cams. And just watch those two. Don't let's get rid of as much as we can that's on your chart and just watch them. If you want to start getting rid of indicators, I like black charts because I can see so much more with what's going on. But just start getting rid of indicators and everything on your chart and just take time to watch the price action. You say that you have the Hulk days and stuff going on. Well, we got to take care of that first. Whatever emotion that is, if like think very critically, lay down. You don't have to meditate or whatever, but just go back and reflect on the most recent Hulk days. What exactly happened? And start there. Like what exactly happened on that day that set you off? Like were you up and then you were down? And that used to be a big one for me. I was up and I was at goal, I'll take one more trade, and then I'm half at goal. Okay, well let me get back to goal, and now I'm down for the day. Like that was one that used to really get me quite a bit. But so I just stopped. I was at goal. I just stopped trading. That took care of it. And then I didn't have to worry about that anymore. So I would set my system up to where it locks me out if I'm at goal and I'm done. But I would think just taking time, just watch the SPYs and Qs and watch the price action, watch how they react, put the spread up on your chart like this, and just start watching how we offer into highs and lows, especially 1 and 5 minute highs and lows, and see what happens with the price action, because this is different than what we had been seeing. I mean, this into a high, the ask is lifting, and then the bid immediately gets tacked and pushed down. And now we have that absorption on the other side. Most of the time we've been having this kind of absorption going in on the sell side. We had it over the top. Now we're starting to get it a little bit more from the buy side, but still we're starting to push new highs, and then we immediately get pushed lower. So this is really choppy price action, but this is something you're going to want to be able to see sooner than most people. I was able to kind of detect it a couple weeks ago, which usually it took me a month to realize, oh, we're in a totally different market. Price action is totally different. Now I can recognize it a lot faster just because I sit here and watch this and not having to worry about taking a trade, saying, okay, I'm going to deal with what is sending me into Hulk mode. Like first, I need to get rid of that because obviously that's a big part of me not being successful just yet. And then just watching price action, I don't want to say you have to kind of enjoy this and find it interesting in watching this, but it's going to help quite a bit if you can just sit here, watch, and just seeing what happens in these areas, seeing how the offering comes in, who's trying to take control, who's in control, when do you find selling, when do you start to find some distribution, some absorption, and just reading that, you'll start to develop kind of that subconscious side of looking at price action and just knowing what's going on and just seeing what's going on. I can now look at this and be like, okay, it's like we're choppy because we can't make new highs. We can't go anywhere because every time we do, that bid gets attacked and we get pushed into a new low. So it's hard to go $10 and lose $50, $10, lose $50 and really get anywhere during the day. But you're gonna want to start just looking at this and just watch the 1 minute highs and lows and sees what happened. Like on this, when this bid ticks into this 1 minute low, I am expecting it to get slammed down in through here, like immediately just get pushed into this area. But there's good absorption, but really it only happens exactly when that bid ticks in. Sometimes you'll even see this set up. You'll see that bid get pushed down. It'll rise a little bit, get pushed down, rise a little bit, and then they'll take it right to that low and then slam it. I mean, they will keep holding that bid down, and then they'll hold it right here, and then they'll slam it. Sometimes so much volume will come through and they will slam that bid through that low. You can see it kind of setting up that my system will freeze because so much information is starting to come through. Like system will freeze, and I know that bid is getting hit because everything freezes for just a second, and then it starts to come through, and it's kind of crazy. But you will see they actually will push that down, push it down, push it down, and get it right there to the low, and then slam it. And it's just kind of crazy how it happens. But there's a new high, and the bid gets pushed down. But just reading this and getting an idea of the character of ES and NQ will help you quite a bit in just reading the market and reading things overall. Sorry, long-winded answer, but I'm hoping that helps. Considering Alchemist, let's see. Sometimes I wonder if this is just fleecing of vulnerable people, just saying. No, I don't think it is. Variable traders is not that. The only reason Atlas exists, like believe me, this putting Atlas together and putting trading terminal together, Andrew wasn't making any money off trading terminal for a long time. Trading terminal was, I think it was his brother Artie was putting it out there just to put extra content and stuff and training that was available for free to people. And it's only been recently, really since Atlas, that Andrew's, been charging for trading terminal because he hadn't been charging forever, but there's a ton of value in things on there. But Atlas would not exist if people weren't constantly asking for, something with Bookmap, especially people that live in foreign countries. They didn't have access to cheap Bookmap. They didn't have access to $40 a month with Thinkorswim. And so he developed this for people, like for traders. Like he didn't do it because he's like, oh my God, I'm going to make like a ton of money off this. No, he did it because people were asking for it. I mean, he's running a business and, but he literally wants to provide value. Like to him, it is all about you. What you guys want, what you want him to do. You show that to him, by paying for it. He has to charge for this stuff because the data for this is like ridiculously expensive. And then he has to pay more. The more people that sign up, the more he has to actually pay. But everything he does is 100%. I promise it's 100% for you. And the only reason Atlas exists is because people wanted it. He didn't just think, oh, I could do Atlas, I could charge a lot. He's like, no, people want something, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna provide it for them, and that's why it exists. It exists because people wanted it. If people didn't want it, he wouldn't have done it because it's taken up a lot of his time, and he's putting a lot of it into it. So it's not that. Like, don't think it's that. And I am partial to Alchemist, and I'm in there with Thor and helping him out and helping everybody out there as much as I can. And Thor wants you to succeed too. I mean, we all do. That's why we're here. That's why Carlos is here every day. That's why Peter's here every day, and Andrew tries to be here every day. Brian, we 100% enjoy spending time with you and want to see you succeed. And there's things that we can't do for you. If your emotions are getting to you, we can't. We can tell you, like, don't let that happen, but you're going to have to spend the time to make it not happen. You're going to have to deal with it and figure out what that is and what's holding you back and go from there. But it's not fleecing. It's not any of that. It's 100% genuine. I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't care about you and care about everybody here and want all of you to succeed. Carlos wouldn't be here right now. The same, like we wouldn't be here, but we're not. Those aren't the type of people. Come to one of our meetups. Come to Las Vegas and meet us, and you will 100% see the same people you're seeing here every day. They're in Vegas. We're just a little more relaxed and hanging out and having fun. We're a family, and I'll even say, hopefully I'm not saying too much. We have moderator Telegram groups. Things we go in, and we are sharing all the feedback you guys give. Like, we share it with each other. Like, we say thank you, we say that's awesome. And all of our discussions in there are 100% positive. And anytime there is any type of issue, there's a discussion with everybody, and everybody's involved with how to deal with it, how to figure it out, how to make things better, how to make your experience and your learning a lot better. And it is 100% all about you. That's all the discussions are about. What do they want? What can we provide? What can we do? Okay, here's an issue. What can we do better here? How can we take care of this? that's all. Like we're all day constant. There's hundreds of messages in there throughout the day of talking about stuff, and it's literally all about what we can do for you. And so don't think of it like that, but there are things that you're going to have to go through yourself and figure out if you really, really want to make this happen. You have to figure out how bad you want it. And I wanted it bad enough that I took care of those things. So that's kind of the first place to start. And then just start watching less tickers. Just watch the markets. You don't have to trade. You just have to get up and watch. It's a lot more relaxing and just get an idea of how things trade, how they interact, and what's going on, and get an eye for it. Just be objective. So hopefully that's long-winded, but I'm hoping it helps, and you can get something from that. So, but yeah, you're welcome, man. I mean, like you said, I'm here for you, and like whatever you want. You're having trouble. I want to see you succeed. We all do. We all want to see you succeed here. It's 100%. I wouldn't be here today if Bear Bull Traders wasn't like that. I would not be sitting here right now talking to you, sharing my experience and my advice to you if that isn't what happened to me. So, that's just to say, you can do it. You just have to find your path and maybe deal with some things you don't want to deal with. But how bad do you want it then? Do you want it? Do you want to grind through it? Do you want to work through it? Do you want to become a better person? Because you're going to have to. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, anytime you need anything, you can email me too, man. Nathan@bearbulltraders.com. I'm more than happy to help and give you some support there too. Awesome. Well, I think I missed most of the questions. We got to get out of here. You still there, Carlos?
Yes, sir. I'm always here.
All right.
I'm always here in the background.
Yeah, sorry for the long speech.
No, all good, man.
I mean, I hope I didn't share too much about, we go back with our messages in our Telegram groups and stuff. Hopefully I didn't share too much about that, but I wanted people to know that all we do is talk about them. Like that's mostly what we talk about, and discussions with each other. But if issues and stuff come up, it's
not anything that Andrew has to say himself, right? So no, all good, man. All good.
Awesome, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good weekend, 3-day weekend, and have a good Valentine's Day and Friday the 13th and Mardi Gras. And man, it's a big one.
Yeah, that happened this weekend, man. Have a great one, guys.
All right. See you guys. Have a good one.